And now we're back with a off schedule, but this will be the schedule for a bit episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to start with our usual manner. First up, we have Blackheart as
Kirk Marsk.
We have Kronos as
RG Thal.
We have Hatdan as
Tilde.
Marcus as
Corvus Adolas.
Sammy as
Gifted Brotgran.
Tobias as
Caspia P.S. Steelshod.
You have me, Addy, as your friendly DM, who would like to give a recap.
I can do it.
Go for it then.
All right. So last time on Survivors of Tarnstead, the Intrepid group had to go back through. Actually, wait. Did we basically started the session with we had just finished finishing the key to unlock Hea. We were trapped on one side of a wall of force that Carrick had set up to keep out the swarm of 9 or so, well, originally was like 10-ish angels that were trying to kill us. Raziel was burning himself alive, trying to stay in the vessel that he was using that was not appropriate for him, trying to open up the gate. He managed to open the gate, he collapsed to the ground. That's where we started the session. Hea came out, lowered Carrick's magic shield that was protecting us, and then with a wave of her hand, evaporated all the angels in a very godlike way. Gifton ran over and in a panic was begging for people to help Raziel. Corvus came over and said, "Why aren't you rolling him over?" Gifton was briefly upset because she's kind of short to be rolling people over. It was a very emotional moment. Hea wanted to know what was going on. Raziel told us we better leave and that we should get going and that there was no hope for him because he would never make it out. And if he tried to swap bodies, he would probably kill everyone there. And he just wanted us to go. There was some resistance to that. He then threatened that he would stuff his own life if we just didn't leave. So very tearfully, we left. As we started to go, Hea looked like she was upset about something. Shortly after that, we started hearing the cries or the commotions of various angels up ahead, and the sky was alight with wings as we reached into the surface. There were just so many angels set up with a barrier that they were ready to defend themselves as they were going to attack Hea and us. We started to have a little bit of a combat trying to defend while she started to form a dome of solitude, which was actually way more impressive than the wings of solitude that had been previously visited in this campaign, because it was mostly giant tentacles. And during the ensuing thing, there were several amazing strikes from various members of the party against the angels, causing damage to them to their surprise. Hea was about to slam the tentacle dome shut when Tilde was suddenly speared by a Mirror's angel, who basically carried him right out of the safe area and dragged him along the ground to the other side before the party was able to do much. Gifton and Carrick caught that he said, "There was no escape from me. I will hunt you down, servants of my brother," something like that. He seemed like he really wasn't going to let it go. Tilde managed to slice him one side of the cheek and then the other side of the cheek. And then the guy just decided he pretty much had enough of Tilde and just ignited and blew him up. And that was the last. We didn't actually see that happen, but it happened. The dome filled up. Hea was sad. We had to go. Before that, we'd had a long kind of loose talk about she could possibly send us back to fix things. But she wasn't really sure if we were the people to do it. And she was having to do a little bit of soul searching herself. She took us to the island that Valdir was awarded by the Capes on behalf of the group at one point. And it turns out it's an old, like, Lalasil important place, but we don't know what. There's something under it that Hea said that this was probably the last place that they strike. We had several sad, lonely days on the island, eating bad food because even Carrick was so sad he couldn't cook right. we had a couple in-character conversations, trying to mull ourselves back together, trying to find some forgiveness and love again. And after, I think it was like 5 or 6 days, maybe 7 days, we saw boats going afire, sinking to the water and stuff. And then we saw Barast itself sink into the ocean. And that's about the time Hea showed up. And she said that if she did this, she'd be hurting herself permanently in a very permanent way. She'd be altering her power set. And but she agreed to do it. She had us all kind of touched together, and then she sent us back, and we started to replay the events as we headed north from Cuthwaite back to Wyndon. Now, on the first day of Wyndon, what we did was we got a hotel room down in the Hydra. We met an amazing character. No, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Anyway, we started to replay the events, but everyone felt like they knew what was going on. They were kind of like this eerie thing of, is this really happening? But we could tell that Tilde and Klopp did not. Klopp also decided to stay behind with Hea at the end, in a very heartwarming thing of she couldn't come. She'd exist in both places. And Klopp was like, well, I will stay with you, and then I will be with you in both places. And it was really sad and cute and adorable, and I kind of cried a little bit. And so then we started going forward again. Our own minds were kind of working against us as we kept kind of being locked on the train of, we need to recreate events. And then occasionally we would try to break free to change something, and sometimes we couldn't do that. It just felt like if we did it, there'd be too much pushback, too many things would go wrong. It was going to be too caustic to what was going to happen. And unfortunately, there were a lot of things that didn't get to happen, but there were a lot of good things that did happen. One of which was Cassie got to have a better relationship with her crazy angel mother, where we managed to cool her down a little bit before she left, instead of being the angry monster that she was. There were also some other changes that no one expected. Some of the creatures that we have encountered apparently also remember some of what has already happened. One of which was Titania. When we met her at the Fae thing, apparently she remembers some of what happened already, and that was weird and upsetting. And we should revisit that in a conversation. I think it's a very important conversation to have, because RG and Gifton both know that that wasn't right and that was weird, but she ended up massaging some of Gifton's fears and being encouraging of her and saying that, you're doing hope. That's good. Then we went and had the meeting with Raziel as we got back into that thing. Gifton and Carrick encouraged him and got him on board with not doing the war. Gifton may have had a full-out panic attack on the man, and may have been completely all over the place and not in control of her emotions. She is going to realize eventually she noogied the man. And she's going to feel really weird about that later. Then as we kept going forward, continuing through the day, we were trying to hit certain points that we were still trying to keep the timeline true to, because there were certain goals that we're still trying to make, one of which was Lady Gentle. Carrick, Corvus, Telde all went through the cycle again, and when they got to the other side, instead of hearing "turn," they heard "you're back," which was really upsetting. It led to a completely different conversation and actually got Carrick to turn around, who, when he did that, Corvus also turned around, because that's what you do when you see one person jump off a bridge. You go after them. So Corvus turned around after Carrick turned around. And Carrick started having this weird conversation with a weird altered shadow version of himself that was really strange, and it kind of giggly about do. I also want to do. And creepy man in the Shadowland. And Corvus was just kind of lost in time for a little bit there, because he didn't get communicated with by the strange creepy creature. At that point, Telde realized both of them were weird, shook Corvus awake because he was the transport. Corvus then shook Carrick awake, and then after having a long conversation in which I believe Carrick kind of agreed that he would continue to talk to the thing when he was around, but as long as it didn't interfere with what he had to do, because Carrick's had a hard time explaining existence to something that didn't exist. And I mean, it's really hard to do. It's like telling somebody who's colorblind what the color blue is. It's really hard. It's just imagine something you can't see. So they ended up popping in, and then we ended with them popping into the library. And I don't know if they popped into the room with the radiation death or if they popped into the hallway, but I know they popped into one of those places, and that's where we are.
Okay, very nice.
I get tasty.
You get tasty. You get your inspiration. All right. So we are going to pick up where we left off. The three of you appear with a pop in the death room, the poison room as you know it. You can see that glowing rock of doom. You can feel that strange heat. Do you want to carry on the fence as you did before? You guys are off the rails now, so...
No, go ahead.
Corvus is, from what I remember, grabbed Carrick and threw him very harshly through the other end. And he's just going to be standing in front of Carrick with a very annoyed look. He's just gritting his teeth.
You know you have a few minutes to talk before Lady Gentle shows up.
Are you all right, Carrick?
Yeah, mostly.
What happened?
Yes. What happened, Carrick?
It talked to me.
Of course it talked to you. You can understand it, but why did you turn around?
What talked?
The entity in the darkness, Telday, the one I warned you about.
I see.
I said, do not listen to it, do not give it attention. And what did you do?
Then why did you turn around? Pointing at Corvus.
I turned around in hopes to cause Carrick not to pursue that manner. Obviously, that didn't work.
We had a nice long talk with it.
You talked with it?
Yeah.
It appeared to take only a moment or so. Right?
Yes, to you
Yeah.
it seemed to be,
Yeah, you
but
too.
yeah.
That is interesting. You only appeared to be dazed for moments.
Really?
Corvus is turning around, clutching his fist.
Slightly longer than he was.
This is
I think it's the dreamer.
wonderful.
Well, there was talk of learning about it, so I learned some about it.
Well, that's splendid. Honestly, really. Thanks.
It
wants to
appears that we have
exist.
arrived in that room. Should we be searching for anything?
You know, was there anything besides the rock on the table?
Beyond the sort of actual pedestal it's set on, no.
Okay, that's right. It wasn't on a table. It was on a pedestal. Is there any? I'm trying because it's been a while. Was there any tables, or is it just the bookshelf type?
There are essentially there are tables of in the sense of cabinet work surfaces. Sort of vaguely a combo between desk and cabinet. That you see.
Is there any paperwork actually out?
There is no paperwork out.
Okay, there wasn't.
It's very orderly.
I have keen mind, so it's been short enough. I'm looking up the list real quick.
It's only 24 hours. You have keen mind.
Was it?
Yeah, for remembering information and stuff. But you recall things in like 3 month spans or something like that.
Yeah, you could remember the book list if that's what
Okay.
you're.
Yeah, I was looking because I was trying to. So I'm
Yeah,
actually gonna look it
as
up real quick.
As you look around, there's the familiar books. There's the Kitab al-Lasiv, the Codex Seraphinius, the Book of Soiga, the Prodigorium ac Austorum Chronicon, the Naturum de Manto, the King in Yellow, the Book of Foul Darkness, Truth of Gods, Malleus Maleficarum, To Serve Mortals, Com Sussad Todd, and Cruel Angels A Thesis.
Which one was in the Hexenreich?
Which one was in Hexenreich? Com Sussad Todd.
Come, Sussad.
Come Sweet Death.
Come, sweet death. Corvus will begrudgingly stop his pacing and go towards that book.
I'm going to actually.
Okay, you're heading to that book.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, what was it? Damn it, my brain already lost track of what the book it was. Damn it.
What book are you trying to recall, Becky? Contextually.
There were 2 darkness books, right? There was Book of Wild Darkness, and there was.
No, just the Book of Foul Darkness.
Okay. Thanks, RG.
There we go. Thank you. Someone
I
found
posted
it.
it because it's in our notes and
Yeah, I know.
in the Winden section under the library.
Oh, I was looking through the documents section.
No, if you go to Winden and the library.
Of Gods
Okay.
is the one I'm gonna.
Right,
And I'm not
so
looking.
you both
Sorry, go ahead.
you both head towards these different cabinets containing these books in their blocked compartments. Do you want to try breaking these locks?
Can we actually see? Can I see the book through it?
Yes, you can see the book's cover.
Is there actually anything other than the name on the cover? For
The Truth of Gods actually does not have much in the way of a cover. It looks like a very, very worn, just leather-bound book.
Is it written in common or?
You can see on. It's a bit hard with the angle that it's set in the cabinet because it's not a title on the cover. It's on the spine. But you can see some very, very faded writing that looks to be it's Baratheon, but it's very, very old Baratheon. And Com Sussad Todd actually looks like it is modern. Like it looks like it's a modern printing. The cover is actually in rather good condition. And it's just a sort of red velvet book with some gold embossing that has come Sweet Death on it in Hexenreich.
There was drawers below it.
There are drawers below it.
And these drawers are they're related to something, is what she said last time.
Last time you were in here, the cabinets and drawers beneath these books all contain research and such relevant to those books.
Okay.
Are they locked?
They are locked.
How roughly do we have any rough idea of how long that we have at least? If this goes the same?
She showed up pretty soon after you'd arrived. You guys got basically a look around. I'd say you've got about a minute.
Well, it takes an action to lock and probably one to relock.
I will also point out. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep quiet.
Is there anything I can do to help? I am not sure what purpose I serve here.
Well, we weren't directly supposed to be in this room at this exact time. It seems like something happened that wasn't intended. We're only supposed to go through the hallway instead of going directly here. I'm not prepared for this. Honestly, we should probably think about just getting back.
Oh, he's lying.
Yeah. Deception check. In fact, Corvus.
Yeah.
I guess I should do an insight then.
Yep.
Carrick's going to start trying drawers.
Okay.
Really? No.
Insight. You don't have to roll
Well-
bad deception. There you go. Yep, he's seems truthful, tell day. You're going to check drawers, Carrick?
Yep, I'm going to see if any of them are open.
Okay, you start sort of jarring drawers and you feel that catch of a lock as you're trying to yank them open. They all seem to have rather simple keyhole locks on them. Quite small ones, it seems like it's a small dedicated key.
I'll be honest, Carrick at this point is,
Off the rails.
I mean, technically we just sat in there.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
technically,
just
we just went back on the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically him trying the thing, he's trying to see, because who knows what are in the drawers. Let's see if the drawer's open.
Did you want to try picking one of the drawers?
Out of character, yes. In character, no. That's why I asked the time, because a minute's enough to relock it, but not enough to really get.
do anything with it, yeah.
So he's basically going to be making it look like that he was trying to see if there's anything he could find while in here. At least.
In that case, what about you, Corvus?
Corvus will do the similar motions, trying to open up something. Doesn't work. And then start looking around.
Till they see if any of the cabinets are unlocked.
I will just start randomly with the closest set to wherever I was standing.
Okay.
Roll a.
You,
If you want, I'll roll a dice to figure out which one that is.
3,
But
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, roll a d12 for me.
all right,
minus R2.
No, just roll a d12.
Okay.
I mean, technically, till they could come and try to open the ones we're at, too.
that'd be the Malleus
Yep,
Maleficarum.
you go up to the Malleus Maleficarum and you start yanking on cabinets and such. Yep, they jar. And as you're sort of doing this, there is the familiar sound of the door starting to unlock. You guys want to play it as you originally did?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell me, well, I never did this before, so I don't.
It might not be exactly dead on because positions have changed, all this sort of stuff. Telday isn't in on the loop, so based on his knowledge, it actually might drift a bit, but it's close enough. And you basically go through your very similar meeting with Lady Gentle, the fake bargaining and the exchange of... Yes?
One thing, Corvus isn't as defeated looking and pathetic.
Okay. Right. And it ends with the same exchange as last time. Yeah, including the radiation meds.
Ugh.
Do we take that when we were there?
No.
I can't remember. Okay.
We took one later at a particular time.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Corvus is a tracker again.
Yay.
Yeah.
Do I have 2 of these now?
No.
No, because it's
We
not
didn't
your
come
same
back
body.
in body. Yeah, we didn't come back in
Otherwise,
body.
I would have
only
went
mine.
through with wings twice.
Oh, okay,
That would've
that's
been
right.
awkward.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
There are 2 sets of wings.
Can you imagine us having to play
Double
through?
flying.
I don't have wings the whole time, but everyone else would be seeing me with wings, going, "What the fuck?"
Suddenly, Cass would be like, "Yeah, I lost my arm somewhere.
Sudden arm.
Yeah.
Just woke
Then
up."
it's-
and it was
And Cass
gone.
gets a
It's
second
grand
arm
better
blown
than
off.
Mechanical arm, lose the arm in the fight with Oberon. Everyone's still questioning where'd she get the arm, and then all of a sudden, I got a new arm, and then it splits in half. They call it Grievous.
Right. And you are able to return.
God, this stuff still tastes just as horrible as it did before.
Yeah, well, drink it.
That's the sound after drinking it.
I'm assuming you guys are back at the tavern now.
Yep. You all return to the tavern, and, well, you may want to continue certain paths. There might be some important things to discuss.
All right, Carrick.
All right,
Do you
are we-
mind
Yes, they're back at the tavern. You're all
enlightening?
at the tavern.
all right, we're all at the tavern again.
Do you
Okay.
mind enlightening us why you decided to turn around and have a nice conversation with the entity within the empty?
Oh, how are they doing?
Something that I was wanting to do at a later point in time before everything got blown up into smithereens.
I mean,
That's
don't
only
talk.
probably just
Are you
mention the
mad
people.
at him because he talked to it before you, or are you mad because you took the risk and turned around? Because there are
I
I believe
different
he
thoughts
is in
here.
fact jealous because he also turned around and yet did not speak to it.
I am
I,
a very strong array of multiple emotions right now. But yes,
Okay,
please tell me what compelled you to do this now.
we've decided the idea was to go after the dreamer and deal with the dreamer. Well,
So what made you think it was the dreamer? I mean, it just told you to turn around again, right?
no.
Okay.
Again?
No. Gifted?
It
Carrick hears voices sometimes, and it's related to this. It's related, I think, to the fact that he knows Enochian, which is a angel
more
language,
than
and he's
that.
he seems to be a little bit more connected with things. I think it's probably also related to the fact he's having weird dreams that might link him to the dreamer. Anyway,
It's
what
my
happened?
bloodline. I guess it can
Back to this,
sense
are we?
that I am from one of its children. Because it mentioned being connected to the one.
The gods, its children? Era.
Yes, there.
Well,
it said
I mean,
it had
technically-
5 that it had.
That doesn't do right for math. There's way more
I
than 5
know.
gods.
I
And also,
know.
like, didn't Raz say that it made the gods without knowing it? So why would it?
It didn't say children. It was the easiest way to explain it for me.
Okay, but so you decided to turn around and talk to it, which I agree with Corvus. Bad idea, especially when we're trying to make sure certain things happen properly.
And we know nothing about what it potentially wants, needs, or
We
what
do
it even
now.
is yet.
Yeah,
But
wasn't that the risk we were taking when we decided this course of action?
we did.
It
but
was, but I was on a route to try to start figuring
And you're
this
not a
shit
solo band,
out.
Corvus.
yeah,
I'm not, but it's still.
It would have been nice if everyone would have known it was about to happen, because it would have been good to make sure we could try to take whatever kind of preemption we
Precautions.
could. Well, and it wouldn't have startled everybody, and that's all that matters. But Carrick, you did it, and that's fine, and I'm glad you did, because apparently you got some information, and that's
And it could
good.
have been a missed opportunity.
And it could have been a missed opportunity. So we just take it as it goes, and we try to do better by it. Corvus, we're moving forward. It's going to be okay. We still have a lot of things to do. What does it want?
It wants to exist.
Oh,
It wants to do. It doesn't. It. The idea of
What does that mean to do? What is to do?
it means it sparked its curiosity.
it's never done anything physically. Like, just walks over.
You gave it a need, a want.
No, I think it had already.
I mean, that might be entirely why the gods are scared of it, because it wants, but it doesn't know what it wants, and now it has an idea of what it wants, maybe. So it wants to exist, but it doesn't exist. So
That
it
doesn't
wants
make
to
any
learn
sense.
how to exist.
It's from what I can kind of get from it.
Did you see anything, or was it just voices in your head?
I mean, it was me.
What?
I saw me, and it was moving. Me. I don't know if it was a copy of me or something closer to what my field can do.
So it's manifested into something that is now a physical entity and not just a vague concept.
Out of character to the GM, because I'm thinking I remember this, and I don't remember myself. When everything happened, I saw
So what
it.
is that clicking I keep hearing?
Yes,
right.
please. It's clicking. It's always clicking.
I I saw the body disappeared. Correct.
Yes, it sunk. It just sort of sunk back into the
It
floor,
sunk back into the
or
blackness.
melded with it. It's indistinct.
It didn't. I don't think it existed. I think it was
All right.
kind of like what we're
Cassie, are you okay? Are the drugs wearing off yet?
But
Drugs?
Yeah,
You lost your arm and had surgery.
you lost your arm.
Yeah,
you had
no,
surgery
no.
today?
Cass is like, drugs?
Okay, that's cool. Head pat.
Yeah,
RG, did it go okay with your grandfather? I'm assuming you had your grandfather time during this.
The question would be, like, back by now?
Yeah, you'd be back by now.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sake of convenience, you got
For
yourself
sake
off
of
an early
convenience,
start.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were missing like an hour or something like that last time, and everything happened. So, it's like, okay, that go ahead with your grandfather.
RG just gives them the, like,
Did
yeah,
you
like
invite him to the party?
I didn't, because I didn't think that
If you
want
wanted to
to go?
broach the subject, RG, you
Yeah.
could have. You'd find that he would have told you it's probably not a good idea. We're not well received.
Nice to have
But
invited him.
he would
though.
have appreciated it.
Yeah, she
right.
would have probably broached like
Yeah.
that, just like
All right, cool. All right. All right. Well, I'm glad that I'm going to give RG a big hug, and then I'm going to go, Carrick, you still have a lot of things you need to do today, but
There's still more to this.
I know there's still more to this, and we're going to continue going over it, but I'm going to get this out right now. When we are done here, you are going to go over there, and you're going to go find Talia, okay? And you're going to invite her to this damn party tonight, and then you're going to bring her ass over here, and I'm going to make her a dress tonight before everything else ends. So that is going to happen tonight. Telday, you and me are going to go to the keep later.
What?
And
I
we're
need a
gonna-
drink.
Wait, what?
We're going to a party?
Oh yeah, Cassie got us all invited to the princess party tomorrow night. All right, so it starts at about noon,
Hey.
so we're all gonna need to get ready in the morning.
Hey,
But
Throws a thumbs up.
yep,
Wait. Go back a couple. Lots.
no, we're continuing forward. I need to tell Telday. Telday, you and me
Who
tonight are
is
gonna.
this Talia?
She's a really attractive half-dragon girl that Carrick's been seeing while he's been helping her try to find out about what's been going on with the missing priests. Because there's been missing priests since we've been in Dulwood, and it's one of the missions that we've been trying to track after. We have
Out
a
of
lot of things that
character.
we're trying to do right now, Telday, and it's really hard to keep track.
Congratulations.
Out of character. Was this before or after we had done the stargazing? Because I've unfortunately flow on this is my
Yeah, it is rough. I think
You do the stargazing tonight.
Yeah, I think you go out
You do
tonight to the
you do-
stargazing.
Yeah, you do the stargazing tonight. I have that in my notes. You do start because Sam was preparing for what the fuck they were on. You do stargazing tonight, and then the next day we get up to go do stuff because you came back and you had to do your hurry up and do your big translation thing. So I am telling you, you're gonna bring her back here, get her early. Just don't do your other little shoppy stuff you're gonna do. Go out, get her, bring her back here. Let me get her measurements. I can work on the dress while you work on your thing, and you guys can both go stargazing because your stargazing won't take you long. The rest of it will take longer. She can have dinner with us. Just get her, okay? But Telday, you and me are going to go to the keep tonight. We're gonna see if we can wait somebody out to talk to us about your family. I have a really good idea of a way to get them out of town.
So Telday, make me an insight check, please, Telday.
He's actually acting very much in charge and is actually going over and going to quietly try to take a certain thing
People
away from.
are acting very strangely. Like it's nothing.
Corvus is drinking.
There's nothing particularly abject, but there have been a few little mentions, catches of things. Like it feels like they know what's happening really readily.
Has something happened to all of you?
Yes.
That certainly answers that question.
Welcome to talking to you.
Seems like
I've done
they've
that
gathered an experience working with Telday.
It's like, I've done this before. Yes, I know what talking with Telday's like. Yes, something has happened with us. Often. And to great extent. But yes, I know we're acting a little odd right now, probably Telday. But trust me, I want to help your people. I have a really good idea. We just need to wait them out so they come talk to us.
Are the brownies in human form or brownie form?
Yes, we're in human form, right? Because we were in human form for a lot during these days. So we're in human form right now.
I'm gonna give Kara a sympathetic look.
right, but we need to make sure we get everybody on track for the party tomorrow night. Make sure we get tomorrow during the day because we got to be there about noonish, 1, something like that. Tilda, you're gonna need to wear that outfit I made you. We'll get that all sorted out in a bit. Anyway, Carrick, continue talking about what happened in the creepy realm between. I will sit here and listen now. I just wanted to get a couple things going because oh, sorry, RG, I'm wrong. You're in charge. What the hell am I doing? Yeah.
I don't know. Am I supposed to talk? I don't know. Does that mean I can talk now, or am I supposed to wait for if RG says?
I'm gonna look over at RG.
I'm now confused. This is in character, by the way.
Just going to turn to Carrick, put a hand on his shoulder. Congratulations on meeting a girl. I'm sure many will be devastated.
Carrick is turning rather
Cass
red.
actually snorts
at
at
that.
You just hear Care sort of laughing a bit to himself.
Aww.
To be fair, RG's there's something. I mean, to be fair, there were a lot of people in town who wanted him back in whatchamacallit, Tarnstead.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Everywhere.
said that they were with me too.
I am going to pick up the radio though and hold it out to RG. Is this still yours?
I mean, I can take it if you want.
I wonder if Klopp could use it.
Gifted saying it in a meaningful way, like it's a badge of something.
It's a badge protecting your
RG's
back.
just gonna kind of take it and come in like a. I think you said it right before, and you said that we don't really need someone strictly in charge.
All right, good.
Someone.
I'm gonna walk over and start strapping it to Cassie. Cassie, this is your new job. When somebody radios, you are playing telephone. Okay.
Gift and get or someone
I'm
whoever.
for that
does
in
have one.
normally, but do we really want that when she's at the point where she might be playing broken telephone on her own?
Oh, this is actually just great experience for her. By the way, it'll give her something to play with other than the axe she keeps having jump out of her forearm. It's really upsetting. Okay, now I'm going to sit back down. I'm going to shut up. Carrick, please continue walking us through things. Corvus, I'm completely with you. It was very dangerous, but it was a good opportunity. I'm sorry this happened, but let's get moving forward.
Okay, well, like I said, I was basically able to find out because I wasn't sure if it was the dreamer until I was able to get out that it had prodigy, basically, is what it kind of came out as, but it only said 5. But it said that I remind him or her or them, I don't even know, it doesn't understand gender anyways, of the one it catch glimpses of. And I was able to basically work out, I'm pretty sure from what we've learned, that that's Morgani.
Carrick, give me an intelligence roll.
Straight int?
Straight int.
Okay.
Actually, you can have advantage because of King Mind as well.
Okay.
Let's see if it helps.
So much better.
I'll give you, yeah, King Mind, yeah.
Technically,
I hate King Mind.
If I have my luck stone, it'd actually be a 13.
The thing is, the keen mind, you shouldn't need to roll.
Well,
I don't think it's remembering.
it's ordering the information that he remembers is more the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to you, factoring King Mind in. Going through it in your head now, while it all seemed the moment was stressful, and you were trying to absorb a lot of information that was quite complicated.
Mm-hmm.
You think you may have misunderstood something in the moment. DM says, wondering if she should have let that stand, but she'll give you a chance to with the throw. You were basically talking with it about 2 different things without really realizing, or it realizing.
Okay.
You asked it about its other entities like itself, and it mentioned the 5.
Okay, there's 5 other.
Yeah. 5 others of like it.
Its children were separate from that number.
Okay. There are 5 other entities like it. That I'm not sure. Exactly 100%. But it is definitely from what I can tell, what fathered, mothered, whatever Morgani, because it seems Morgani, but they're hiding from it.
Could it be in reference to a form of dragon?
So that's why I reminded of her. All dragons actually originate from Morgani directly. She created them with her blood directly, unlike the others that were created by the gods and other methods that aren't directly tied to them.
What did it want?
He said it wants to exist, right? It wants to do.
It wants to be. It wants to do.
How do you even help something like that?
I
do
don't
that?
know.
I mean, it's like more powerful than us. Why can't it just do?
This
This
is
is actually speaking up because it has no idea of physicality.
It's also now because it's made this connection with Carrick. It has given it a focus.
So it is
like what I do with my studies. When I go into something, I focus in on only it and ignore everything else. Before, it was in this space of nebulous. Now it has a focal point, which is Carrick.
That's what we're after, right?
Yeah, point of contact. That's good. I mean, it's better than it just tearing everything apart, not knowing if it cares or is interested in anything. I mean, if it's curious and interested in something and it has a point, then it can be communicated with.
I think we've all learned that discourse is very important.
Yeah.
Discourse is important, but it is rooted in nefarious actions. It consumes, it destroys.
But it doesn't understand existence. So it might not even realize that it is consuming or destroying. This is why communication is huge.
And
it doesn't understand. Oh man, she kind of like puts her hands up to the other side of her head and she looks between Carrick and Corvus. Okay, Corvus, you need to get the silver-tongued boy to be able to communicate what existence is, because I don't think any of us really know how to say what that is.
I mean, it's just this, isn't it? He sort of waves his hands vaguely around.
But how do you describe this with words to somebody who's never done it?
I mean, I don't.
Especially because what it's apparently doing right now, which looks to be the same as what we're doing, according to what Carrick said, ain't the same thing.
It's outside.
I agree with you on that, Gifton, but I find this sudden focus in on something like this potentially very devastating.
It's been following its children and focused on them.
Yeah, but now it's pinpointed. It's narrowed in directly onto you, an avenue for it to pull all of its resources to.
What would be a better option than that? If it wasn't pinpointed on him and we couldn't get its attention at all, that would be horrible. This is an avenue that we can explore.
Also, you said you were intending to talk to it sooner or later. So what would be the appreciable difference between that or this?
Yeah.
With more supporting information.
What information?
What information?
Information about the thing that we had to talk to a servant of a god to find out about?
That the gods don't know anything about. The gods don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I have a feeling there is one.
This is exciting. We are basically going to be going into completely unknown territory. No one has done this before. And that is terrifying, but exciting and fun. And Carrick is loved by everyone and everything. We might find the one creature in all of non-existence and existence that might not like Carrick. That could be really interesting.
Oh, don't get some impossible being to have a crush on you, Carrick.
Very exciting for a very short period of time.
You're doing that thing where it was really good speech, and then it kind of tilted back the other way right at the end there.
I'm just saying, it would be such an infinitesimal chance that this could happen, that something wouldn't like him.
If it was all the things in the world to choose from, that's the thing I wouldn't want to know.
That's the point.
Here's
Yeah, but
something for
if
you to work on, Corvus. I guess I will too, and anyone else can. But it definitely lives apart from as character motion, our existence. Like it explained that we don't move like it does. Time, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. Like time flows for us. It's all the same time for it.
Slowly, Gifted's hands going up.
Yes.
I have something semi-related to the whole time conditional talk thing. RG can back me up on this because RG knows I'm not crazy, right, RG?
Oh yeah, that thing with.
Yeah.
That normally would be a maybe.
I was just gonna think, yeah, the thing with the ghost, right?
All right, you remember with Tanielle when I saw her and she died, and I got really upset and I cried in the hallway, and I didn't really tell everybody about it because I didn't really know how to talk to a certain general about it, and I was kind of trying to work up to it, but I didn't want to tell him about it because every time I saw him, he was really, really sad, so I didn't really want to talk. Anyway, just last time she died, it was really traumatic, and I got wings. Okay, so Gifton stops.
You're really bad at this, Gifton.
I am. So anyway, so she died again. And that time
Wait, she died
said
again.
She died again, and she said different things.
I'm going to interrupt her and go, once, always once in Sylvan. Because I'm hoping to God, because I've never tried it until they doesn't understand it.
No, do you speak Sylvan?
Yep.
Are you just gonna say and go? So is anyone
anyway,
gonna
when
explain to
I
them exactly what we're talking about?
Hey,
When-
Talday, we're repeating events. Things went a bit wrong.
Yeah, some of us got kind of thrusted back into our own mindsets from a previous run through of today's and a couple other days events, and we're trying to make sure all the right things still happen so we don't mess up time and make the world explode. And I'm sorry to bring you in on this, but there's some things that we need to do.
Wait, what
Anyway,
just happened?
we just outed this. Okay, so anyway, what happened is I'm just trying to say, okay, listen. So Tanya was in the hallway the first time that we did this, and she said that she was sorry to put this all on me, and she needed me to protect and take care of the Warforged and to watch over them, and that everything was going to be okay because I was here and I was going to be light and hope, blah 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 blah. And then she died. Her energy went into me. I screamed in the hallway. The wings popped out. It was really bad, and I was very traumatized. What happened this time? When she showed up, she came over and she gave me a big hug. And she said that she could tell something was different and that we were back. And we talked a little bit, and I told her I'd been having a really hard time and that I wasn't doing very well because I wasn't. And I felt like I could talk to her about it. So we did that. And she said she thought it would be okay because I've changed. And then we did the thing and she died when the whole wing thing happened again. But the main thing is she remembered. She shouldn't have remembered what happened.
You mentioned like when Faye die, they go back to the Feywild, right?
Yeah, that's our heaven, basically, is what Raz told us. So
maybe
she should not have. I don't know. Maybe part of her went with me through the whole timey weird stuff.
I mean,
It's your wings, isn't it? That's the reason why you have them.
Yeah.
You absorbed her essence. That's why you can unlock Hea's cell.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
wait,
You have a fraction of her in you.
doesn't that
But
kind of
you-
suggest she's not really gone then? If she
That
remembers
is correct.
that?
She is a
Yeah.
carrier of Lannister.
And
She
she
is.
did tell me to carry her to where she needed to be. And because I told her I could go and try and cleanse the Fae, because that was the other thing is after we did the thing with the whole last time where I opened the key for Hea, which by the way, please sing for Minas next time. Anyway, That really helps. I was really scared down in the hole, and it made me feel better. Anyway, but the whole thing happened, and when I was down there, it was really weird because it was like Lalasil's corpse or whatever, or the remnants of her, and it was all weird. And then as I started just pouring everything that I had into it, it started to cleanse it, and it went from like all murky and dark and yucky and weird, and it had this weird kind of taint to it. And suddenly it was white and glistening and beautiful, and everything felt at peace and great again. And I feel like it was this weird connection between there and the Fae, and I think I could do that to the Fae, but I don't know. I want to try. But of course, we got to do Heya first. We got to get Heya out first. But after that, I'd like to go try to do that there. The other thing is, like, my wings have been coming for months. I mean, I started seeing a weird change in my aura ages ago, and there was like this big weird thing behind me. So I don't know if they're mine, and I don't know if they're hers.
I mean,
I think is that you may have had a shadow or a ghost of what those were, but maybe with the Lanasil thing, they've come to fruition. They've completed themselves upon you.
There was a time when I could look in a mirror and I could not see myself, Corvus, and I had talked to Carrick about that. And when I saw the energy forming, there was something forming behind my back. Or remember when you had me first looking at the eyes?
With the mirror.
Yeah, and that I was very upset because I was not able to see myself in the mirror, and I was getting really unhappy about that. So I mean, this is all good stuff, but I think we need to figure out what we're gonna do going forward. We need to go to the party tomorrow because General Snithouse invited us.
Everything needs to happen as it's happening now.
Yeah.
Carrick, to go do with your dragon girl thing.
I'll make arrangements again with Lady Gentle when she shows up in the morning.
Ask about 2 books if you can.
I am going to be setting it up so she comes to talk to you anyway. Remember, I was doing that, so you can just talk about those things at that time. I'm going to try and just play everything out as close as I can to what happened, because I think that seemed to get us a good relationship with her, because she gave that one book to RG when everything went wrong. You do need to go your butt over
to Captain Denarin, yes.
Yeah, you need to do that probably tonight, because you don't really need all those notes you're taking, but you kind of need all those notes you're taking.
Well, with now that I've already done it once, it's easier to do. So I'm gonna do it, finish it up, and then go see Denarin. Hopefully, his crew are having a merry time.
Right. But I
what
need to
does
make
he like to drink? He said he likes to drink something.
There's that really nice brandy that Raz likes. Why don't you get him that?
I'm going to describe the
that
bottle
ale.
exactly. Keen mind, go.
Okay. Carrick describes a just a awful bottle, long spout on it. The branding seems to be from a local town. If we just go to a map and take a look.
We're on the map.
Yep.
Oh, rubbing the water. That's why.
Is it from Manborough or Fordrum or Five Stop?
It's a Dust Dawn's Reserve.
Did you say Dust On?
Yeah.
Where the hell's that?
It's north.
Up the coast.
Like on the coast.
Oh, I like that
Whoa.
name. That's an awesome
What?
name.
So it's made by vampires.
Dusk.
Dawn.
No.
Dust
Dusk
Dawn.
Dawned. Okay. Reserve.
But
Yeah. Is it Yalgrim? Is that her name?
yeah, Yalgrim is the name of her husband.
Oh, her husband. What's her name? Notes.
Notes. Go to Wyndon.
That's a silly name. No.
Isn't it an S name? I thought it was an S name.
Sigrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sigrid Snake Eye. Oh, no,
Yeah, it's Sigrid.
This is Sam staring at the Hound and the Hydra and not actually saying the name.
Are you going down to see Sigrid? I'd assumed you were doing this upstairs because you've been
Yeah,
very
Sigrid
loud.
went up those
right,
stairs, yeah.
yeah.
We would not want to have this talk in front of all the other adventurers.
I'm gonna see if Sigrid has maybe that bottle. I also need something to drink after all of this mess. Carrick, we need to sit down and figure something out with your new acquired friend.
If I remember right, Sigrid shouldn't have that bottle, Corvus, so you might need to go somewhere else. Can I suggest that we send somebody who is a connoisseur of fine alcohol and not going to be doing something important right now, unless you're going to run off to go see your grandfather? I look over to RG.
Originally, I mean, kind of fair, but you're really assuming that I drink fine alcohol.
No, I said a connoisseur of fine alcohol, meaning you know about it. You're usually the person who always tells us what this is a good ale or not. So are you not?
I can go take a look.
If it gets her drunk, then it's a good ale.
Well,
She's a good brewer. She knows about ale.
Yeah, she previously checked out ale for Carrick and helped him out with that. That's why I'm leaning on RG. And I was there.
Do you want to speak with the Norin, RG?
I can come with you for this stuff, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, so you can check out, get the ale, and do all the things. Go team. Telde, I apologize that we can't probably clue you in on everything just yet. After the party, I think we can. Because if you don't do the things that you are meant to do, it messes everything up. Does that make sense?
Like I have a second.
What things am I meant to do at this point? It appears that you have already diverted from your original
Keep
plan.
an open mind.
Wouldn't him just knowing?
Telde.
Oh, God.
Just
Yeah, it already is kind of off the rails.
Although, I mean, we're not.
But they keep your appreciation of music.
keep your
And
keep your
give it a thumbs
appreciation of
up.
music. Act naturally and just keep an open mind around you.
Oh,
Oh, crap.
oh no.
You said act naturally.
Actually, Telde, it's best to look for opportunities to meet people that can help with the Warforge and to help with your goals. Okay? And we need to do that. That is our goal right now. You and I need to. Well, you are the person who will know best how to help your people. We can't.
You
really
said
make
that
the
you
judge
had
of
an
that.
idea.
Yes, I can tell you about it. We basically the whole southern border of Barast has been opened up a lot because the Goliaths, when they attacked, they took out our hometown. We're a bunch of refugees from Tarnstead. I think I tried to tell you about this at one point. I can't remember.
I am
Right afterwards.
And we're not professionals. We haven't been adventurers very long. We're trying to figure out how to be good people and get involved with things. But I mean, in the end, I'm scared and I want to live. But anyway, the big thing is they were trying to send adventurers down there to try and help clear out things. They're still having trouble with the Goliath's presence down there. And without having another outpost down there to kind of watch the Goliath nation down there like Tarnstead previously was, they had a garrison. There's a big opening and they're having to stay a lot more alert and send actual troops down there. It is disarraying the military. What we could do is offer to form a new Tarnstead down there and take all the Warforged with us. That would get them away from the major cities, because as much as I love the Warforged, because you're all great people, because you're people, they armed you like you were war tools, and that might scare most regular populace. It'll give a chance for you to grow, get into yourselves, figure out what you want to do with your lives, and then reassimilate into the rest of the culture. And it also means that they don't have to answer a lot of unnecessary questions to the nobility and the citizenry about where this huge population of Warforged just came from and what to do with them. It'll take you on the spotlight.
That we are able to grow.
Emotionally and mentally.
I see.
Through experience.
And
It will be an
you
adjustment.
believe that this will be accepted and honored.
I can tell you that from the last time that I recollect going through it, you and I talked to various people, and you made very good headway with people to get them on our side. And when we pitched the idea, they really liked the idea of them moving south to where old Tarnstead was and having them set up. In fact, the king was on board with it eventually. So that is what we should work for. Okay, we should work towards that because we were working on that, and I want to see that still happen. And I'm very scared that we make sure everything goes as good as we can to what we need to have happen so these things still occur. Okay, because
I understand.
So I'm trying to assist you.
Keta is actually going to come over beside you, Telday, and just sort of, pat your shoulder.
I know this is very complicated and very nerve-wracking, but it will get there. And as far as I know, they are probably already thinking of your people as people, and that they have accepted that. It's just they have to figure out how to deal with this huge population of people that they have suddenly created.
Yeah, it's always great when the population in an area just suddenly blossoms.
And one of the great things we can say is, as far as I know, your people are very resilient. So living on the wilderness frontier shouldn't be too dangerous. I don't think a fox is going to do much to you.
Supply chains will be easier. You don't really eat, do you?
Mm-hmm.
I do not.
Supply chains will be, and you don't sleep nearly as much, so you'd be able to keep watch a lot better. So you would be
can't shoot their foot,
and you wouldn't have to face any kind of major discrimination from people because you'd be pretty far removed from major cities. And we as a group, I motion at everybody else there, would basically be settling down in the area in lieu of a garrison by having an adventuring groups setting up shop to help clear out in case any Goliaths or anything come with. We would organize and try to work together until a proper township is set up and proper guards and things like that can be acquired and set up. So,
I see. So segregation is your solution to avoiding discrimination.
Yeah, we all know that works, right?
yeah. I mean, that's how my people did it.
That has certainly improved relations.
It has.
And also make it so that when the Warforged re-engage, they can actually do it on their own terms instead of being forced in.
Yeah, I think some of them are still having their own issues being what they are right now. And this isn't they would have to stay there forever till day. This is just a opportunity of here is some land that's going to need to get worked on anyway.
Would they be recognized as citizens of Barast?
I believe so. I believe that is what was intended.
I also think it's here is a place they can be. It's not a place they are forced to be.
Mm-hmm. This isn't a they're holding them hostage. I mean, right now they're being kept in the tower and constantly interviewed by doctors and things like that are trying to figure out what's going on and how to help them and how safe they are to have around. And this would be way better because they could become merchants. They could go out and go do things. They could go join a sailing ship. They could go to another city. It's not like they're going to get trapped with us in that town. It's just they'll have an opportunity to get their own land, to get their own homes, and to make a start.
To be themselves.
I think the big part that might have kind of...
And they won't be the only ones in that city. We'll have other people that probably want to come too.
And I think part of it is they don't have to go down there if they don't want to.
Mm-hmm. But I think it would be good for them to.
I don't... Do you think they'd send all of them down there? That's what, 3,000?
Oh gosh, I hope they don't send all of them down there, but I figured we could offer to take some of them.
If they wanted to, I don't think they'd stop.
Wasn't 3,000 just the amount they said was here?
Affirmative. There are others elsewhere.
Yeah,
and they probably all won't want to come.
Yeah, if it was meant to be an army, logistically, there's probably not a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm willing to help work with that till day, but if you think it's a bad idea, I can stop.
I would need assurances and further details, and then to consult with my people.
I think that's probably the best with everything.
The path we were currently on was for you to try and get a chance to talk to your people and have a representative selected from your people to meet and talk to help with negotiations of what to do.
So tell me exactly what was done in order to obtain this in the last attempt.
Before that,
You're gonna go off.
Eric's going to start walking out, muttering in halfling. It's like I gifted.
All right, and I will sit there and explain in parts that I talked to Rizal earlier about it, and I will explain that eventually me and Tilde spend a bunch of time waiting in front of the goddamn guard tower until we talked to that one guard guy. And then when we got to the party, we talked to Stenhouse and we talked to the king.
Yeah. A lot of it's already happened, so that's good.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Right.
I was simply told that we have to make sure certain things happen. So obviously, the
How should I
thing
raise
to
my
make
hand
sure
at that
is
moment?
learn everything.
Why did you raise your hand at that moment, Kara?
No.
I think she was being Tilde at that point.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm basically gonna go, but unfortunately, you do start out alone at the guard tower because you, I guess, decided to go there by yourself, and then you asked to see your people or to talk to somebody about things, and then you waited around for a while, and eventually we called you on the radio, and then I showed up. This time, I'm probably just gonna go with you from the get-go, and then we'll see if that still works. Because I think.
Is there anything else I must do today, or should I go there now?
I unfortunately can't go there right now, but if you want to go there and just start hanging out and wait, that would be fine. She looks like I have so many things that I have to still do it, and I'm not trying to be a bad friend.
Oh,
Are we friends?
Most likely.
Okay. That's good.
I don't know if it really gets the concept yet. In character.
Right. Okay. Right.
All right.
is that GM or Care?
That's care.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to lean over, give Kara a kiss and a hug, and go, all right. So team, we got to do stuff. All right. I need that boy to come back here with that girl. I'm going to start getting my clothing stuff worked out. Darling, why don't you find a set of clothes for us to wear to the party tomorrow night, since we're not going to wear what we wore last time?
Oh, you want me to pick out our outfits?
Yeah, the nice outfits, not
Oh God.
not what we would wear in Tarnstead.
There is a deer caught in headlights look from Care, but he nods. I can do that. Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Let's go find some of that brand.
Or do you want to have the freedom to go with Corvus?
No, you're welcome to. He does like many people.
No, I don't. I know you like him a lot, dear, but he weirded me out.
Which
All my
is
friends
very
weirded you out.
eccentric.
I'll risk the outfits. You tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Please tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh. Hey, Aji. I know a game that I like to play, and I know how to play it now. I won't lose all my gold.
Oh wait, I got money back. Holy crap!
I will say, out of character, you still have to do. There's still a chance, so you may.
There's still a chance, but it's not as bad.
You're going to lose even more
He can
money.
remember what cards came up in what order.
Ooh.
Well, it
That's
depends
it.
if we know that or
That's
not.
how it works.
Yeah, I mean, you got. I will tell you now. The situation's going to be a little different over there. But
Mhm.
So
It's a different day.
It's a
I
different.
have a
it is also
question just
different
out of
day.
curiosity.
Mhm.
If he explains the card game to RG, given that I am actually proficient with cards,
yeah, if you have
would
card
it be a game that I
proficiency,
actually know?
yes.
Dang, why am I not there? I'd know too.
Like, it's just like,
Now, do you want to act like you don't know, or do you want to act like you do know?
ooh, that's a good question.
All right,
I don't know why,
Elliot.
but I could see.
Act
why
like I
you
don't at first.
I do not like this. That are people who know my game.
Is Sebi?
I have previously seen Talia like a couple times.
Yep.
I am going to take out my cloth and start picking out appropriate coloring based on what I know Carrick wears to the party,
And matching her colours and so on.
and matching her colors. And I'm actually going to start on it because
You
I
can
make
do a
adjustments
rough,
after.
yeah.
I can do a rough before she gets there, so I'm just going to start,
Yeah.
and then that is how I will start spending my
Okay.
time because I'll race ahead.
Right. So we have some
I'll do
people
my roll.
doing divergences. We have some people doing the usual thing. We will cover RG and Corvus first.
Okay.
Right. So you guys head on out. Is there any? Do you want to ask anybody to get a lead on where to go get this stuff, or do you want to just go wandering?
Probably just check in some of the other taverns, I imagine.
Probably ask around would be a better idea for
Okay.
It's a big town.
You are the one to know, so.
Because Sigrid might not have it, but she might be a good place to start.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
All right. I'm using the thread that I would have used on Cares, so it's a 32 for the dress.
Okay.
that I'm wearing
Wow.
now.
You are making a beautiful
Jesus
dress.
Christ. Yep.
Right. So you guys head on down, and you see Sigrid she's talking with the Algrim. They just seem to be having a personal conversation. Occasionally pausing to serve up drinks to people who come up to the bar. And when you come on down, she catches your attention and says, "You folks heading out again?"
Yes. I did wonder. Did you have some of the Dusk Dawn Reserve?
No, I haven't carried that for quite a while now.
Do you happen to know where we get some? We're looking for a gift for somebody.
Yeah, I'd actually tried down one of the taverns nearer the docks. You find a lot of the sailors like that stuff. Comes from one of the ports up north.
That does make sense for the person we're trying to give it to, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The warn you, it's one of the pricier brands. They don't make much.
That is good
I'm
to
not
know.
too worried. I'm not too worried about them clearing out the bank.
I just wasn't going to say that, but okay.
We're adventurers. They're probably used to us having a little bit more money than sense. Out of character.
Yeah.
It's just well not to go around saying that because it's easy to get yourself pickpocketed. That's what I used to do as a kid.
If anyone pickpocketed in here, I think they'd end up with quite the injuries.
Yeah, I was going to say, anyone who tries to get in my pocket, of course, it's anyone with a broken hand, at minimum.
Would you guys like to go back onto the map for Wyndon?
Sure.
There you go. Standard map defacement. Yep.
Oh, yes, the destruction.
Yes, we need to remove that. Look, guys, Wyndon's being healed.
Accidentally just deletes large swath.
Yeah, that is the big risk. Right, there we go. Ooh, okay, no, thank God. Not on the map there.
Giant Corvus.
Entire map almost disappeared for a moment. Alright. Okay, so you guys head on out and you start sort of moseying towards the docks. Do you want to ask on the way, or do you want to wait until you get there?
Just wait till we get to the.
RG will probably just have a couple places on the way.
Yeah,
because may as well.
Okay.
Even if Corvus keeps going ahead, she can catch up pretty easily.
RG, give me an investigation check.
Okay, this wasn't going to be good.
Yeah, people look at you as if they don't even know what the fuck you're asking for. They tell you, yeah, there's a couple of taverns, one down south, one up on the northern side of the river. Beyond that, they don't know what you're actually referring to with Dusk Dawn Reserve.
So I can go, okay, thanks, and just continue on our way.
Once you guys hit the dockside, which side of the river are you actually heading for?
He was on the southern, wasn't he?
Denoran?
Yeah.
Was Denoran southern?
I thought he was.
He was
I thought
northern.
he was towards the.
Yeah.
He was on the north.
Oh,
That's where we got in the fight. In the previous timeline, is up the north half.
Yeah, but which tavern do you want to head for?
Well, I guess we don't know what taverns are what until we see them. Because we only know of the one.
So we've got a good chunk of the day. We can just go to the north.
Yeah.
Actually, we should go to the south one and then go to the north because we have to be in the north anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you go to the
It
south.
makes it so it's one trip instead of there, back, and there again.
Right. Yeah. Go south and then work your way north.
All right, so you head onto the southern side of the river. Down here, things aren't quite as clean as up north. It's not particularly run down, but clearly not the fanciest side of town. But you make your ways to the coast, and yeah, you do actually see a tavern. It's not particularly fancy decorated. The sign is very worn, like the colouring is mostly gone from it.
What's its name?
The long mast.
The Long Mass. Is it this building?
No, it is this building down here.
Okay. Just to make Sam happy.
Yeah, make me happy. Do a thing.
And you head on inside. It's a little dusky in here. The windows are actually sort of the blinds on them are mostly closed up. You can see a couple of people in here. They do look like either fishers or sailors, just sort of resting across tables, nursing drinks. And just a barkeep behind the bar. He looks rather grizzled, a human, middle-aged, beard. You know, the scruffy beards that sort of they look like a very solid mass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bushy.
Great big bushy beard, as you say.
Yeah.
That is just starting to grey, which looks a little early greying for his age, but greying it is.
Perfect.
And when you come on in, he just sort of nods to you and goes, "What you having?"
It's. I was wondering if you may have Dusk Dawn Reserve. I'm needing it for a gift for a friend of ours.
Some dust on.
Yes.
Don't really get people asking for it. 1 second. And he actually starts to
Well,
move.
if you got a full bottle, we'll buy it.
He starts to move bottles off the on this big sort of shelf around behind him.
I have a bunch of bottles of it. It might be useful.
There's actually quite the array of bottles, and he actually has to go pretty far back on the shelving, moving bottles aside, and he actually pulls down 2 bottles which are covered in dust.
Not too popular for your clientele.
Oh, the previous owner brought them in, and most people here can't afford it.
Fair.
That we can take the both of them off your hands if that's reasonable.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to sell here, so sure. And you see him sort of just wiping the label, trying to clear it a bit. I don't know. There. Right, how much are you going to pay?
How much would you like for them?
He sort of gives you a look up and down. I want to ask, what clothes are you guys wearing?
Corvus is in his standard medical jacket. He would probably not have his apron on, but it's just the plain brownish gray jacket.
What
with
level
gloves.
outfit clothing are you wearing though? Is this adventure? Is this noble? Which?
This is.
Remember, we make them based on the type.
This is the common traveling cloak.
Traveler clothes.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
you,
it's the
RG?
same as before. One of the traveler ones in my silk weave.
I'm going to give him a...
Yeah, whatever it's called.
You break my heart that you had me make you traveling out of the silk weave.
That's actually the one I wear normally. Like the actual of my outfit is slightly better than traveler. It's her normal getup. This one's one that's an actual, also normal one you made, but it's not the.
Well, I was only able to make one per person for the thing.
I know, but it's. I'm saying that she wears something.
Or you meant shift weave.
Yeah, shift weave.
Shift weave.
But I'm not wearing. The traveler stuff isn't the Drider thing. It's a fine outfit for her actual, like, normal outfit.
Yeah, the Drider silk is the fine.
Yeah, it's a fine. And then she's just wearing a traveler one that's in the same shift weave.
I'm just saying, anybody that wants anything other than a fine outfit from Drider Silk is breaking my heart.
Right. He looks you up and down for a brief moment and goes, it's pricey stuff. Do you want to go to bottle?
Reasonable, RJ?
You want me to roll a bruise tools check with, like, in just to check into it?
Go for it. You actually think he is undervaluing it?
Archie's actually link up. I mean, I'd probably put him a little bit closer to 250 each, sure.
He looks a little surprised by that, and you get the impression that these came with the previous barkeep, and he might not actually have a grand idea of his value beyond what he's heard of all its pricey stuff.
How about 225?
Yeah, sure. If you're willing to head on that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Right, so 450 for the two.
sounds good to me.
Right.
We'll reach in stealthily and pull out the appropriate amount.
He puts the bottle.
Hope that covers it.
He gives a brief check of the coins to make sure they're actually legit. Pleasure doing business
Counts to
with you.
5. Counts to 5.
Yeah.
Counts to 5.
He does spend some time actually just counting through the amount, make sure it's all there. He does it in tens. He actually does it rather quickly. Right. Well, you need anything else?
I think we're good. I really can't drink right now because we're going somewhere, but
Yeah, we're going to give this and to hopefully drink it.
You come back if you ever want any other stuff.
We'll keep
Certainly will.
keep open minds to that. Thank you.
Right, good day then, folks.
And it's you. May I ask your name?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's Brandon.
Flanagan.
But
Brandon.
Brandon. Good doing business with you, Brandon.
And he actually offers his hand out over the counter to shake.
Corvus.
Pleasure.
I'm Archie.
Pleasure,
He also
miss.
offers her hand.
And he'll take your hand and he'll actually sort of raise his hand and give it a kiss, which feels a bit weird. Prickly beard. Thank you very much, folks.
Archie will give a polite nod and go, okay, let's go.
Now that you have the bottles in hand, they are incredibly dusty.
You don't know that thing that they do is to wiggle the fingers and it cleans, do you?
Do I look like someone that does magic, Corvus?
I really
Honestly-
don't know.
Honestly,
Okay.
dirty bottles is a sign of age.
It's
and greatness.
age, yeah.
Yeah, it's a.
I mean, I'm hoping RG will say that.
I mean, she usually cleans stuff at her place, so.
Yeah. To be fair, RG, I don't know a lot of things this party can do.
Yeah, but like, if I had the ability to do that, do you really think I'd look like such a mess half the time?
I just, no offense, but maybe it's what you prefer.
I mean, kinda, but yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it would
well.
drive me to hell and back if I had to look like that, but that's okay.
I mean, that's half the fun of it.
Yeah. Do you want to try cleaning these up? Like, I mean, you do have sleeves.
He would just wipe them down, not like dip them in the river to clean them, but just get the superficial dust off.
Okay, you wipe it down.
Yeah, actually,
Are you
it's
carrying one
readable
each,
looking at-
or are you doing, because these
I
are
think
large
one each is
bottles.
probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you give them a wipe off. RG. This stuff is about 40 years old. It's actually probably worth a lot more now that you know that.
How much would RG roughly place that as?
You would not be surprised if these went for about 500 gold a bottle.
RG's actually going to go, and she's going to, I'll be right back. And she's going to take the ball, put it back in. I can't undercut him that badly. I know what these are worth.
Oh, here, let me hold on to them.
RG actually would have just taken it and put it into her haversack.
Oh, right.
Okay.
And
you
just
head
go
on
back and go, go, hey, giving those bottles another look, I actually undervalued it too here. And she's actually going to take 400 gold more and put it down and go, that's rough price what it should be worth.
650.
You for the two of them? That's good. Yeah.
Well, you paid 450, and then I'm paying another 400. That's only
Yeah.
150 below price,
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He looks actually very shocked. He goes, you sure, miss?
I know my alcohols very well. I'm a brewer. I'm not gonna undersell someone that badly.
You didn't have to come back.
I insist.
Thank you very much. That's
Just made it
you
easier.
said Argy, right? What's his surname? If you don't mind me asking.
Alira.
Argy Alira.
Yeah.
The Alira family?
I have family here in town. To say my life is complicated is an understatement.
Well, I'll remember this kindness, miss. If
Mhm.
you ever need something, you come back and see me, right?
No problem.
Thank you again. And he actually sort of reaches out and he takes your hand and sort of shakes it quite rapidly.
She'll shake his hand proper in that. Glad to help.
God's blessings on you, miss.
You as well.
Don't pray to the gods.
And you leave him very happy, quite elated.
Well, you just made his day. Possibly decades.
Probably that, yeah. That's a lot of money, but I wouldn't feel good underselling him badly.
That's good of you.
That's nearly 1,000 gold. That'd kill me as a brewer.
Well, hopefully no one will appreciate this then.
Guy counts money, dies of heart attack.
See, the best thing is you guys are basically going to show up for Raz because Raz brought him a bottle, and you're bringing him 2.
Bring him 2 that might be older.
Yep.
Yeah.
Raz's was actually quite a recent one.
It was year 1. Nah.
Alright, you guys head towards the docks. Well, the northern docks, I should say.
Yeah, we're in the docks.
We're going to flop on over to Carrick. MC names.
Okay.
I will say, as a quick out of character, I don't know if Archie's actually met Denoran before. Proper Denoran.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't
Because
go
you
on
were,
board.
Saw him, but you didn't talk to him.
Yeah.
you were in the ship the last time. You didn't.
I mean,
come
you know
aboard.
what he looks like.
helping
Yeah,
Logan now
you
when
saw
you guys
him
were
from the
together.
dockside, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't talk to him
Yeah.
because they rode the thing right past, and that's when me and Corvus came to rejoin you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
she did see him since it was the
Yeah,
vessel.
that's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Chasing
Is
him.
that I didn't interact with actual him. Is what it is. I've interacted with the body, but not the person.
Okay. Yep. Carrick, you heading
Yes.
towards Talia's place?
Yes.
When you arrive there, you actually see her sweeping these doors for the temple. She's got them open, and she just seems to be sort of cleaning up. And as she watches you approach, she smiles faintly and gives a small wave. Carrick.
No, you need some help there?
No, I'm almost done. Do you need help?
Out of character, again, all this stuff is... This, I had not talked to her yet about the constellation missing.
Yeah.
Correct?
No.
This is where I
talked to her about that.
Yeah.
And then you agreed to go meet with her that night.
If you'd like to recover that conversation earlier, you can. Again, it won't be quite the same, but it's close enough. You can reach the same conclusion.
Yes, that was right. Because I, for some reason, thought that was the day before I had done that and found out that information.
But no, you can do that. You sort of go through it, and she offers to lead you up there tonight.
Yes, and Carrick looks lost for words for once in his life around someone.
Just sort of leans on the broom a bit, watching you. Something got your tongue, Carrick?
Well, obviously you're now busy tonight. Are you busy tomorrow night?
She shakes her head and goes, well, not really. I was thinking maybe I'd go to one of the celebrations outside the palace, but don't know.
Would you like to go to the one at the palace instead?
She just blinks.
The whole group of us were invited to the prince's party directly, and I was hoping maybe you would like to go also.
I wouldn't want to intrude on your group.
No intruding. No intruding at all.
She looks at you for a moment. You see her sort of hesitating and gripping the broom. Goes, "Are you asking as a group, or are you asking?"
I'm asking as myself.
So you mean we going together?
Yes. If you would like.
She looks at you for a moment longer. I mean, you can see the ever so faint reddening of her cheeks. Before
That's right, both ways.
Yeah.
So.
Before she nods and goes, I'd like that, but I mean, I don't have anything. It's dressed really fancy in there, right?
That may. Let me help you finish sweeping up here, and then follow me, please.
She gives you a little bit of a wry smile.
A small brownie tailor.
She gives you a little bit of a wry smile and goes, I've only got one broom.
Use prestidigitation.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna start prestidigitating.
Show off. And she'll resume sweeping with you. And give me a insight check, please.
Because again, timeline. Do I have the stone yet? It was during the purchase.
Everything but the rare stuff. We have everything but the rare stuff.
So I would have the stone then.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was not one of the rares. Okay. I had turned it off just in case. So, insight. God for a ring.
Because the uncommon and the common shit we had pretty early.
She is trying to focus on what she's doing. She's trying to maintain composure, but you can see the corner of her lips are upturned and the tip of her tail is twitching about frantically.
I'm gonna roll this.
So some very clear excitement. And you want to try and okay, you are.
I'm trying to stay calm.
Yeah, you are cool and composed, looking not internally, but on the outside.
Yeah.
I'll even say that you managed to even yell as you're sort of cleaning. You do a nice wall lean, a little snap of your fingers to clean up some dust. You look very impressive, Carrick.
Hey, the deception roll finally came out. I have not used that.
But yeah, you well finished cleaning up, and she sort of puts the broom away. Cleans her hands off on her own apron. Okay, where are we going?
We're going back to the Hydra and the Hound, correct? That it's not the other way around.
It's
I always do this. Out of character. I do this every single time.
Yes, no, it's the Hydra and the Hound.
Okay.
It's weird. The Hound and Hydra floats better, right? But it's the Hydra and the Hound.
Well, the weird part is, like, to me, I don't know because I've said them both so many times.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello? Hi. Okay.
To the Hydra and the Hound. One of my companions is very, very, very good with fabric and needle, so to speak.
You don't have to. You don't have to do stuff like that for me or your companions.
It was insisted upon. Kind of.
Okay. Well, I guess I get to meet them.
Yes, you do. I'm going to pull out the radio because I don't know where everybody is currently.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the button. Cass, last time I knew you have this. Can you let Gifton know that we're heading back to the tavern?
From the other side, you just hear Sun yell, "Captain! He's got her!"
You can't do that because you got to press a button on the radio.
Are you just holding it down?
You're just
Cass is
you're screaming to
actually yelling
Gifton.
this through the inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Wait,
in
no,
that case,
no.
in that case, it's very, very loud on your side, Carrick, as she's
There is
getting.
a shrill surprise scream in the background.
Maybe we need to take that away from her.
Yeah, Tully looks a little startled.
Did you heard about what happened at the that was yesterday, right? Or was it a couple days ago?
What?
Out of character, I don't remember how many days it's
No,
been.
no. Which thing?
Feywild incident.
The most that has leaked out was something happened there.
We didn't tell her anything.
No.
It ain't exactly clear.
Okay, so it just got around some. She's a centaur. She can be loud at times.
Oh yeah, I mean,
She tries not to be loud often.
they're good people. I mean, there's a
She's very
centaur
nice.
a few doors down that sells some good baked goods. She's very insistent on you taking them.
We will have to let Cass know about this because Cass loves her baked goods and would probably love to meet another centaur.
There's a few throughout the city. Not the most common people, but
Just kind of look over, kind of more common than us, right?
yeah. I kind of like them. It's nice to be amongst others that aren't common. They get you. Do you find that?
Yeah. Yeah. When you meet the group, you'll see just how much that really means.
Right then, she sort of leads out the temple and starts to lock up behind her, and then lead the way.
Okay, I'm gonna lead her over, and I have a character sheet in the middle of my screen, so I can't actually see. This is the fun one where now I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah, that's right. We have to go around the castle, the palace to get there. Okay.
And as you start to lead her on to the tavern, she walks behind you, like a small pace, hands sort of clasped behind her back before you hear those footsteps of her hurrying up, and she takes your arm.
I'm gonna let her take my arm and kind of hold on to
Carrot's
it.
tail also starts flicking wildly behind him.
If that starts happening, we have other problems.
Oh no! Now we have to get another one of our members a new arm. Jeez.
This is mine.
No, we have the other problem if the tail starts flicking.
Carrick is going to learn about the violence of draconic courting rituals. Yes.
They're Klingons?
She suddenly pulls a knife.
Yeah. You have to recite poetry at her while she tries to beat you to a pulp.
Oh, so it's like being what was
Being a
the
Klingon,
one
yeah.
from, Oh no, I was going for, but that's just bad poetry in general. Hitchhikers. Can't think of the aliens. That's
yes.
it.
Right, and you make your way back to the tavern. Back at the docks. RG and Corvus, you arrive at Denoran's ship. There is quite the bustle going on the ship. Looks like some of the crew are just offloading crates. You actually see a few of the crew moving down the dock and being rather loud and brash.
Well, like before. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Comically so, almost. Like, this is, you did not see them behave this way in the previous docking.
Like before.
There are definitely guards along the docks that are keeping an eye on them.
They're all really drunk.
Yeah. Corvus will shout, ahoy, at one of the crew.
A great big lizard folk just pauses in what they're doing and looks down at you, and they just sort of lean over the ship and go, "What do you want?"
I was hoping I could have an audience with Captain Denoran, Corvus Adalas.
The captain is Adalas. And you see this little folks squinting their eyes as if trying to take in the both of you.
Hello.
Captain is busy, but I will tell him you are here. Wait.
Sure.
And they move off. Quite heavy footfalls across the deck.
Last time I was here, they were very somber.
And
I mean, they probably went and delivered a bottle of alcohol about a couple hours ago before.
Oh, they're going to get two more.
after about 5 minutes, that same little folk just reappears and just motions a claw at you. Quick.
Psycho. Come out.
Yeah.
Calm with all.
You head up the planking onto the ship itself, and this little folk has to duck through doorways on the ship, by the way. Leads you down, actually down into the hold. And Denoran's waiting at the bottom of one of the staircases. And, my friends, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Yes, Denoran, Captain Denoran. This is RG.
Yes, the noble.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as I have told you many times, Stardust, any friends of my master is welcome here. It's a little of an inopportune moment, though, I have to say. What is your business?
Well, I have business concerning a mutual items that we are both familiar with. You or I. But I did happen to come acquire some of this. I don't know if this is of your particular fancy.
You're pulling out a bottle.
Yeah.
You see his eyebrow quirk a bit, and he looks reaches out for the bottle, but he doesn't snatch it from you. He just gives you that look of like, may I?
Of course.
And he sort of gently takes it and looks it over and goes, "My, what is the cause of this?"
Well, I imagine asking you to maybe facilitate my own.
Yes, somebody has, and he wants them put in his head, and your help.
Yes, thank you.
Do you understand the implications of such?
I do. I do.
I can only express some warning against it, my friend.
The warning is appreciative, but it is something that I have strived myself to gain. And it is something that I find myself lacking amongst the others in my party, and I hope to change that.
Do not be it on me to step in the way of a man's path, especially when he brings me such fine gifts. I'm being quite spoiled today.
Oh, is this why you're so lively, your crew?
No, we are so lively because we have 3 buddies on the ship right now. Which is most fortuitous for you.
Oh?
What you are asking requires some mage blood. I happen to have some mage blood.
That is good to know.
Oh, yeah, that'd be the.
Yeah.
Is that an in-character, RG?
That was an out of character, but can I roll for RG to kind of put 2 and 2 together on that?
You don't have to roll.
Okay.
It's a reasonable assumption.
Okay. I was gonna go, oh, that's, yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Oh, you are aware of this?
Cognizant, yeah.
Ah, marvelous. Well, yes, in that case, if you are available now, Mr. Adalas.
I have nothing else booked, so I seem that I am free.
There goes his eyeballs.
And you trust yourself under the hands of one of my people?
I hope so. Is it the same one that did the work on you?
Oh no, he's dead.
Oh.
Honest question, do you want to be getting that done right before the party?
Well, it's got to be fresh.
Yeah.
It would. I would have to ask one of mine to expend some resources to keep the bodies held in. What's the word? In
Corbett will
in
hold up
stasis.
Are you actually looking up? Would a second bottle of that roughly cover the cost of that?
I think that would more than cover the cost of that.
Or just going to produce a second bottle? Well, coincidentally.
Well then, my friends, I will keep the bodies nice and fresh for you. When would you like this to happen?
How about
Day after
tomorrow? Yeah,
Oh, tomorrow it is then. Tomorrow.
day
mid-afternoon, evening.
Day after tomorrow, you said?
Would probably be better that way than if the revelries of the party go late, and she's going to give Corvus a look and go, he's not late.
Yeah, I would rather you turned up tomorrow. It's not so much keeping them on hold, so much as I have 3 bodies on my ship I would like to dispose of.
Fair. That's fair.
The alternative, Archie, is just to get myself a pair of glasses.
You know, they'd probably have some way of telling, and probably the king might not appreciate seeing that.
I suppose not.
Yeah, it's looks more than that.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Is
then.
that tomorrow? Yes.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Of course, and thank you for the very, very fine gifts. You're showing up, dear General.
Did he pay a visit?
Yes, he brought me a bottle of this very same stuff, though not quite so fine a vintage.
Oh, well, not
Out
to
of
step on
curiosity,
any
how-
toes.
Only 5 years.
Mm.
I will have to put these
Yeah,
on
we-
display next time he visits me.
We lucked out the last time, or we lucked out of the bar down south.
Yes.
But then, Surf, that little rundown dive?
It acquired it from the previous owner and just never sold any of it, so they had 2 good bottles left.
Oh. Well, I will have to check little rundown dives more often myself.
It's always paid to ask.
Indeed. Well then, in that case, I will see you tomorrow early, Mr. Adalas, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Okay, so time frame, party is in the afternoon.
It starts at noon.
And
So
you want
if you go early,
me
you
now
you might as well
early.
just do it right now.
Just
and
do it
then-
now.
Because
yeah.
honestly, the king has never seen you before, and most
Yeah.
of the people there have never seen you before. If you show up with wackadoo eyes, you're an adventurer.
Or just get a pair of glasses, like the alchemist said.
Or you could wrap something around your eyes like a scarf to cover them up or something. I don't know. You could do something.
Yeah.
Or you can just tell him that maybe later. It's up to you. NPCs press.
But
The
you
players can
must
press
decide
back.
now.
Would a little bit after, say, 2, 3, would that be sufficient, or would that be too late?
I think perhaps we can survive until then.
It'd be appreciated.
Okay then, as just because you are such dear friends, I will wait. My boys can make sure the eyes are not on the ship for that long, I suppose.
We appreciate it. Thank you again.
That is kind of you, Captain. And I would trouble you and your crew for some merriment, but you seem awfully busy. So
Yes, the drinking can wait until after. Well, I want my crew to be on their toes right now.
fair enough.
Probably a good idea.
But do join me for a glass after, yes? Perhaps when you are awakened from your surgery.
That
Nothing
would
helps recovery quite like fine alcohol.
Probably be very astute.
It could be fun.
And I do want to inform you that you do have quite a eye on your crew. The guards seem quite in mass around.
Oh, they always watch us closely, but if they are busy dealing with crew getting a little out of hand on shore, they don't come and bother me.
Ship.
Yes.
That is good. Well, to tomorrow afternoon, Captain.
And do extend my invitation to the rest as well. You're all welcome, of course.
I will certainly impart that.
Good then. Good day, lady, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
It is still term endearment.
It is still, but yes.
Curtis, she will see you off the ship, and the larger lizard folk just sort of waiting in the doorway, let out a soft hiss, and just motions a claw at you.
Yes.
Arjun bows and goes, "Thank you again," and turns to leave.
And the lizard folk lady will lead you back up the stairs of the ship, and just motion for you to leave. She doesn't particularly seem bothered about walking down the gangplank herself.
Mm-hmm.
Do not attract too much attention, please.
No intention to. We'll head back to. Oh.
Hydra and the Hound.
No, there is that crazy alchemist that gave me that previous concoction of hallucinogenics.
You also
you wanna
don't
go see your
need to
drug
go
dealer
there
again?
for any reason right now because it gets you nothing.
Yeah. I'm a bit perturbed that he does that, but I think I will just allow him to wallow in his own self-destruction.
He's hardly the first person to peddle drugs in a city.
Yeah, it's just a bad reputation. Herbalism is meant to be used to betterment of people, not do that.
Different drugs for different folks.
Cassie, Gifton, and Telday. Actually, Telday, did you go off to do your standing in front of the keep?
Yes, I went off on my not very secret mission.
Yeah. You get much the same response as last time. Just these two poor guardsmen watching you very warily as you sort of go up every now and then. This is time. Okay, I will wait. And
No, he just.
do you not even bother doing that this time? You don't go talk to them at first?
Well, no. After talking with them,
The first
he doesn't
time.
go and recheck.
Okay.
He just stands and
Yeah.
waits,
And they
assuming they would let him know once.
They watch you.
Every once in a while, they occasionally do that awkward wave, and you do that awkward wave, and that just happens for the next bunch of hours.
They watch you in a very uncomfortable fashion. At the tavern, Gifton and Cassie. Cassie, the
Yes.
drugged feeling is finally starting to subside.
Cassie, can you hold up this side?
Cass holds up that side.
Thank you.
And
Why am I holding up the side?
It's easier for me to sew it if it's up a little bit.
as you are working
Is
on
Gift
this,
in big form or little form?
I'm in big form right now.
Ah, okay.
as you're working on this, the door will open and Carrick will arrive with Talia.
Ah, good. My model's here. I'm gonna lightly thank you. Take this from Cassie, and I'm skipping my way over to Talia.
Meet Gifton.
Hey,
Hello. And she actually curtsies to you, Gifton.
I am going to move forward and give her a hug. Welcome to the Wing Club. How you doing?
Yeah, wow. Those are pretty. Hello.
Yeah, oh, yours are gorgeous. I love them. Oh,
thank you.
all right. Let me just. I'm just start pulling the dress over her.
Oh,
Okay, let's figure it out.
Which she's doing close.
I had to guess on the colors, but I know what Carrick's wearing, so.
It looks very nice so far.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, the one you heard over the radio, motion over to Cass.
Yes, you have a very loud voice. That you must make your people proud. Hello.
Oh, her voice is so loud.
Hi.
Is Carrot down here, by the way, out of character? Or is Carrot hiding?
Care is actually back over in Gifton. Are you doing this in your and Care's room, or are you doing this in the
Rio's doing it in me and Kara's room, probably.
you can see Gifton, Care rather, over at the bed, just laying out outfits and fretting.
And the worried gentleman over there is Kerr, Gifton's husband.
Hello. Hi. Yeah, I'm Talia. Well, he said that.
Relax.
So you're going to come with us to the party tomorrow?
Tonight.
Yeah, Carrick invited me. I hope it's okay.
Oh no, it's wonderful. You're doing such a great service for everyone. Thank you.
I am?
You don't understand what it's like taking him to public gatherings. He gets completely swarmed with young ladies, and I'd rather him be hanging out with somebody he actually likes.
Okay, there's a little wedding with her
tail wag.
Eric's now looking at Gifted with a familiar look that she's gotten
Is
before.
it betrayal?
No,
is it the same look that Corvus gave you?
No.
She sold me down the river. No.
I'm gonna also look at Care.
He's like a shorter version of my husband. They just can't help themselves. When young women come over and they're so nice, they don't know not to just say go away. So they just keep getting swarmed and badgered. And
yeah, I'm a real magnet. You hear Care sort of go as he's holding up a shirt.
As I recall, you couldn't get free of the last girl that tried to ask you to dance that you didn't want to go with.
Yeah, I'm staying attached to you this time. This event, he says, glancing at Talia.
But I'm pretty sure if, he's in the right company, somebody could keep him out of harm's way. Carrick's a very shy boy.
I think I can do that.
And
if you dance and have a nice time, that's also great. I don't feel like you just have to babysit him the whole time. But if you can keep him out of trouble, we really appreciate that.
and when I had mentioned not the usual type, Gifton and Care here don't normally look like this. Well, they look like this.
I roll my eyes. Yeah, we're not normal. And I'll stop. I'll hand my sewing stuff off to Carrick really quick, and I'll take my ring off.
Oh, are you one of the stone throwers? I don't think I've met you before.
No, we're from Tarnstead. I'm a Brockgren, and my husband's a steel. A gray steel.
Oh,
do you know the stone throwers?
Yeah, I've met them a couple of times. I kind of like to meet the more, less represented
novel races.
Yeah, I mean, we're just such a small part of the city.
Yeah, and it's nice if we stick together. I'm very excited that Carrick has found another person similar to him.
It is nice. It's really nice. She smiles at you faintly, Eric.
Then
hide the bleeding finger.
Why are you bleeding?
Did you hear the ow?
Yes.
Out of character. You this is really sharp. It's off with the needle.
Why?
I actually made the comment of last time I stabbed myself. What if it's sharp?
I'm gonna put my ring back on and look over at you and go, what the lay on hands for a point. Don't bleed on my thread.
They didn't let me near the stuff like this in the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no,
I can see why.
Oh yeah, he's a sweet boy, but
I'm good at cooking. Just don't have me sew anything.
Now, Gifton, you do actually need her for proper fitting.
Yep, I'm going to need to take you up into the room for a proper fitting, if that's all right.
Oh, sure, of course.
Also, would you be able to come by early in the morning just for any touch-ups? And also, we're going to be doing our hair and our makeup up a bit. Do you need do you want to go to the bathhouse with any of us? Some of us girls will go over there and do that.
Sure, that would be nice. Thank you. And I'll turn up as early as you need me to.
I tell you, since I have to leave you with her for a little bit, where was that
Gifton looks confused.
bakery
Why do you have to leave the room
spoke of?
because she's getting naked?
Cassie suddenly perked up. Bakery?
The bakery? Oh, it's only a few doors down from my temple.
Hey, Cass, did you know that there's a Centaur baker in town?
Give me all of you. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
I am really good at insight, so good luck, my friends.
I mean,
I'm not gonna be as good as you. You're amazing.
Okay, you'll get this. While she tries to hide it, she suddenly looks upset. My father's
What's the matter?
temple. I mean, my father's temple.
Oh,
we'll keep trying to find him.
yeah. We're all looking.
Yeah, and in fact, Carrick is not just upset. She looks guilty.
You know, at a party like this, it's a good place to ask around and get some extra connections. We've been trying to vie with Carrick's been really going and talking to a lot of really important people, trying to get them to look into this. I was thinking it might not be a bad idea maybe to talk to a few people at the party as well.
I mean, I don't know how these things are supposed to work, but I'd like that if we can.
It's a good place to get information, and I'm pretty sure your father would want you to have a nice time and smile a bit.
She just nods a little bit.
It's hard.
I give her a smile.
Well,
but think of this as just part of looking for him, okay?
yeah.
It doesn't always feel like it's direct, but meeting people and talking to them is just as important.
Okay, right.
All right. So, all right, let's get you in there. Carrick, no peeking.
I will
Slam the door.
Cass coming.
Half a moment later, the door opens. Care is being let out.
Care comes out holding a big bundle of clothes.
Wait, Cass probably needs to help then.
What?
Right?
Why?
He doesn't understand any of this. He's actually asking Care. He's
I
like,
have my ring back on. I'm good.
is
Cass staying in the room, or is Cass being forced out of the room?
or is Cass
Or
curious?
is Cass
about
choosing to
something
leave?
Going, hey, did you know there's a centaur baker?
You had Cass at Baker.
Yeah. There's a centaur bakery you said near your near the Temple of Morgani.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. I mean, she always gives me an extra loaf, so I like her.
Cass is kind of close.
If you go to the Morgani Temple, it's about 3 buildings down from it.
Cass is suddenly turning to Carrick.
I'm outside. I'm outside the
I'm
room.
gonna open the door and herd Cassie out. Go get
That's
directions from him.
me. She's a
What?
centaur, not a horse.
Yes, I know. But I'm gonna herd Cassie out. Bye. She's a herd animal. I'm gonna herd her out. Slam the door. Stop looking in here.
And then Cass is looking at Carrick. Where?
Just follow me. I'll take you.
All right, and then I will go back to fitting. So I'm locked in my place.
And I think I can. What's your double move? Just curiosity. It's 90, isn't it?
Cass?
Yeah, or is it 100?
20.
Oh, okay. Don't go full tilt. I can't keep up with that.
I mean, Cassie should actually know where the Morgani Temple was because we went by there when we went to go see the ambassadors, and she was with us for that. Because she knows exactly where that's at.
Okay. Yeah, but I want to go see the baker too.
Well, go with her.
Because I don't want to be getting accused of trying to sneak in by gifted. Mom.
Go. Bring a corsage.
Right. So you guys head towards the Morgani Temple. While Care sort of despairs a bit and goes into one of the other rooms to try and arrange these outfits.
Has he confused the two yet?
Well, they're currently a bundle in his arm, so you've got no idea.
Kind
He
of.
basically just grabbed everything from the wardrobe in a panic.
See, the sad thing is, all Gifted's gonna do in the morning is randomly grab one of the nice outfits and grab a random nice outfit and go forward.
So you guys head towards the temple. Telday.
Hi.
This is no surprise. This isn't any different from the change of events because you didn't experience them. There's a figure coming from the gates.
Huh.
It's actually General Russell.
I
Oh,
will
no.
salute when he is near enough.
And he just gives you a little salute in return. And at ease, Today.
Hi, sir.
If you wouldn't mind coming in and talking to me for a bit.
Certainly, sir.
Right, this way. And he just heads on in. The guards do not pat check down him or you.
Talday was never heard from again.
And he leads you up to the familiar spot of his office, where he just closes the door behind him and just take a seat if you wish.
Talday, pick up the chair and walk off.
If
that
you're
is
more comfortable,
unnecessary.
if you're more comfortable standing, that's fine. I understand. But do relax. So I understand you're concerned for your people.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, I'd like to alleviate that some if you have some time for me.
Certainly.
And perhaps you can help me in the manner as well. First off, I'd like to tell you that it's pretty much guaranteed that they will be recognized as Baratheon citizens, and we will try to make space for them. I hope you understand that there's a lot of number, and it's hard taking refugees, even if it is our fault. But we will be trying our best.
Aye, sir. But refugees, you say?
That's how we are thinking of them right now. They have been pulled out of their own homeland, as such, traumatized in the process at our own hand. We are considering them displaced people that we are duty bound to see right.
I see.
Do you think that's the wrong way to go about it?
It is not inaccurate.
Well, as for how we're going to deal with this, that is still up in the air. And I was hoping perhaps you'd go over some options with me.
Certainly, sir.
Right, I have been thinking on this a lot. I have some proposals from some others here. Here, look. What it boils down to is we need to find them space. And they are hardy, they're resilient, and they would do better in some of the border towns. However, we don't want to be giving the impression of pushing them out. And not all of them seem capable of making choices for themselves right now, so we can't exactly ask the majority. At the same time, leaving it down to the minority that are capable also feels a little wrong.
I see. So,
How would you
what
approach
are you
this?
suggesting? Honestly, sir, there is no easy answer. Likely the best way would be to speak to the group, offer the options, and then speak to each individual and see if they wish to pursue. If there is an area where they may be kept in less confinement, then that would likely be best for any who could not make the journey, particularly those who need help.
Yes, those that are more troubled will be treated a lot like, well, you understand how war can have its toll on soldiers.
Aye, sir.
They will be taken care of to the best of our ability, and given what freedom they can without being at risk to others or themselves. As for those that can reintegrate into society, we'd like to try and do this in small parts. Those that wish to settle near the coast, we will try and find places for them. We're not sure whether splitting them up entirely or trying to keep them together is the right choice. Not sure whether to think of you as a species or just as... It's very complicated. Some express identities that do not match their current bodies. And yet there is a common form.
Indeed. I would say that no matter whether we are the same species. We are a connected group, a family, so to speak.
Yes, there is a common connection there that maybe will help you all bond and get through this.
I would avoid separating substantially.
Yes, the current...
Perhaps some groups, but I would avoid anything that would leave only a few together at a time, unless that is what they wish.
Yes, in that case, obviously it is very hard to plonk down a large group of people into just any old city. We are currently looking at funding to set up settlements, not like the border settlement that is being planned for your group and some of the Warforged that seem more keen on the idea. There are some that seem to be more adventurous in spirit, but something within the inner confines of Barast. However, we are a little concerned at the idea of a settlement. We want integration to happen, you see.
Frankly, I am more surprised that you would be open to multiple groups leaving in any area as recognized Brest citizens under the concern that they may attempt to leave the country.
Frankly, if they try to leave the country, it's not in our place to stop them. This might seem unsavory, but there will be a small lie told in all of this. The military does not want it getting out that this is their fault. The story will be that this was a rescue attempt, that we discovered that there were souls within the Feywild that did not belong there, and that we have recovered them in what capacity we can.
I see.
Do you understand the reasoning behind this?
I understand why you would say this, yes. But in the process, you will be exposing at least some of the technology and knowledge of the country.
Yes, we will. And that has been a subject of great debate. The king himself, however, thinks that we should prioritize their state of living over any technological secrets.
That is something I can say I appreciate.
He is a kind man. And despite the gnashing and wailing of some of his subordinates, and, well, frankly, some within my circle as well, the military, I mean, that is probably what is going to happen. If any Warforged wish to leave, they will be granted the freedom to do so. However, they will be advised that if they go to another country, we cannot guarantee their safety there. But if any of them arrive in Hexenreich, I am sure it would not go well for them.
Indeed, that is something that would need to be explained, and likely it may help if someone that they trust does so.
In that capacity, we have been looking into leadership roles within the Warforged. Some that are a little more together, some that seem to have some experience in the matter, even if they don't remember fully. And, well, frankly, you've been out in the field longer. Would something like that interest you?
I do not know what I can offer as a leader.
Well,
I only wish to ensure my people are taken care of.
this is part of the options I was talking about. Some of this pertains to you. This, and he actually pulls out something from his set of drawers. If you wish to accept it, I know, is some discharge papers. Honourable discharge. You are currently officially recognised as a member of the military. However, you never had any option in that. This is a chance to rectify it.
I do not understand.
You are being given the option to leave. You are being discharged if you so wish. And if you wish, you can go off on one of these settlements. You can help your people. If you want, I personally like the idea of you being a liaison between the settlements and us. That would involve a lot of travel between settlements, talking to the leaders there, reporting back to us. Whether you want that in a military or a outside liaison capacity, we can make it work. Or, and he pulls out another set of papers. Or, if you are discharged, these are adventuring papers. We'd promote you in rank considering your service, and you could stay with the ones you're with right now, or you could go off on your own. You're being given options, Telday.
I see.
I don't expect you to decide right now. You can think on this if you would like.
And what offers are being made to my siblings? The others of the same line or the older versions?
That is a minor point of trouble. You understand that we decided to take the ones behind your creation into custody, yes?
Yes, that is what I was told.
2 of the researchers have gone AWOL, and many of your siblings are gone with them. You understand that some of your siblings were deactivated killed early on in the experiments. And those that remain are gone. We currently have our own investigators trying to track down where they've gone.
All of them?
All of them.
How many are missing?
There were 9 of you in total. 3 have perished early on in the tests. You are another, so that means there are 5 missing.
I see. What is the plan for them?
The plan for them is to approach it much like we're approaching you. Give options. I don't know if you'll forgive me in saying this. Your development is different from the mass. Your state of consciousness seems to be different. You
Somewhat.
Somewhat. So we don't know if the same approach is the correct one, but well, again, we will do what is best for them. Try and give them options. If they need help, we will provide it.
And for the other 2?
The other 2?
The missing creators.
Likely, they will be taken in custody, tried, and as they went AWOL, executed, is what I would guess.
May I ask who it is that is missing? No, says the DM. Fuck you.
It is technically classified information, even though you knew them.
This is something I could not know if I choose to leave the military then.
That's actually dependent. If it's something you'd like to pursue, it would come with some very stringent contracts and even probably see some magical clauses, but if you leave, there is a chance that you could be hired on as a independent investigator themselves. It's not uncommon to hire adventurers to go after things. This is a high state matter, but you would be ranked as a silver grade. It's not unusual for them to be hired on such matters.
I feel it may be useful to have me in this search.
In that case, whether you decide to stay on or not, I can try and arrange that if that's what you desire.
I would like to know the conditions.
The conditions? You do not speak of the matter, of course, to any outside of the upper echelons of the military that are approved to know, and any that would be assisting you in the search. Breach of that contract would land you imprisoned.
Of course.
Beyond that, it would likely just be a matter of trying to approach it subtly, or in whatever manner you see fit, as long as it does not cause major disruption.
Indeed.
Well, if that's something I feel that you are interested in, no matter which option you take, yes?
Correct.
Then I will start approaching the avenues to get you approved for that. However, I would need to just to know what kind of setup I'm doing for that. I'd need to hear on your decision whether you're maintaining military alignment or not relatively soon. Not immediate, but sooner the better.
Of course, sir. I will endeavor to answer that as soon as possible.
Okay.
Perhaps at the party that I am evidently attending tomorrow.
Yes. You're aware of how to behave a party, right?
Lero.
I'm generally knowledgeable.
I'm sure you'll do fine. In fact, I imagine you might do better than some of your companions, although this is a... Well, in that case, you are dismissed for now, Taude. Do think it over, and yes, if you want to approach me at the party tomorrow, please do so.
Aye, sir. Perhaps we will dance.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Would you like me to see you out, or are you comfortable with your own way?
I can leave as appropriate.
Right. And, well, yeah, and he actually pulled up the adventure papers to you. If you decide that this is the course, you can get them filled out, and we'll handle your dismissal papers when you hand them in. If not, then, well, you can toss them aside as you see fit.
I see. Thank you, sir.
Of course. Right, I'll see you tomorrow then, Taude.
Indeed. Salute.
He just gives you a nod and sits down behind his desk.
I'm so proud of Angel
Leaves.
Boy.
Right, you make your way out. You get your usual. This way, sir. Through the gates. You heading on back to your abode, sir? You're not going to be standing outside?
Yes. Yes, I believe it is now time that I return to the inn.
Okay. Good. I mean, sad to see you go.
Do not be sad. I will return eventually.
Oh, good. Great. Look forward to it, sir. Have a wonderful day.
And the same to you.
Right, and the poor guardsman bid you farewell as you head on back to the inn. Carrick, and Cass, yep.
These.
Yep. You head on down to the bakery. It's not hard actually to miss. As you're approaching the temple, it's this tiny little building, just hidden by the spire.
Yeah.
Yep. As you approach that, you can smell bread, and you see a little bake shop sign.
Cass is kind of trotting up really quick. Fresh bread.
Does the sign say rolling in it?
No, it just says bakery.
I swear she's gonna be like twice the centaur she already is by the time we leave the city.
And as you head on in, little bell rings, and you actually see coming from the back room, dusting off flour, very, very heavy set centaur. There is some clear thickness to her, and not in the muscly sense. Even her cheeks have that sort of friendly, comforting plumpness.
She's dope.
She's a large gal.
Yeah, she is a large gal. And as you come on in, she smiles and goes, "Oh, hello, love. I've not seen you around here before."
Oh, hi. I heard good things about your shop, so I came to investigate.
Oh, you could only have heard good things about my shop, of course. Oh, well, and this your friend?
Yes.
You're a dragon boy, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me guess. Dragon Boy, no Centaur. Tardy send you my way?
Yes, ma'am.
Of course. What are your names?
Waiting for character.
See, we both have the same.
Don't forget their names.
So we both are sitting waiting for the other one. I'm Carrick Marsh, ma'am.
Carrick Mask and
I'm Cassiopeia Steelshod, ma'am.
Steel Shod. Oh, yeah, same mercenary company.
Yeah, not part of it.
Not part of it. Oh, well, what? You leave or just never got into it?
Yes. Cass is kind of escaped.
Oh, well, good on you, girl. I know the pressures of clan can they can be a bit severe, but finding your own way is very important. And I'm Millie, by the way.
Millie?
Millie. Yeah.
Millie. Nice to meet you, Millie.
And she reaches a hand over her glass counter. And it's actually glass, which is a little unusual. You see mostly wooden in most places.
Cass is going to shake her hand.
You get a lot of flour in that handshake.
Well, at least it's not splinters.
Well, always nice to see new customers. Let's see. You do look like skin and bones, so you must be a hungry girl, right?
It is so hard to get any sort of decent meal size here in this area.
Right, and you're also very skinny. And she just sort of shakes her head a bit, and right, let me get you guys together a selection, yeah?
Okay. Oh, also add enough for about 4 other people.
4 other people. Oh, you got a
Yeah,
bit
our
family gathering.
Cass is going to kind of pull out her adventure token.
Count numbers.
Team.
Counting numbers.
Oh, adventurers. Okay, well, I do know adventurers have quite the appetite. Is it 4 others like you or like you? She says, pointing between the two of you.
Kind of even smaller.
It's even smaller.
Yes, are you counting them as... Are you counting... I'm whispering. Are you counting the brownies as one person?
Yes.
We're talking what, halflings?
Smaller.
Smaller.
Well,
No.
they're kind of indeterminate size right now.
Oh, you're not associating with changelings or something, are you?
No.
I've heard that they can do all sorts of things. They can become giants. They can become mice.
What was... She just literally said the name, and I can't
Halfling?
remember. No, Telia. She just said the family name.
Oh, Stone Throw.
Stone throws.
Have you heard of the Stone Throws?
Oh, yes.
Here in town?
What do they call themselves? The little pixies.
The
Brownies.
yes. We were from Tarnstead, and we have a married pair of brownies with us. So
Okay.
but they've found some rings so they can be human-ish at times.
I'll proportion for humans then. Yeah, having a bit of extra never hurts. Yeah, I'm sure you get through it.
Make it 5 then, because isn't it 5? Because care. Are
It
you
is 5 if you can count
Tilde
carrots.
in there?
If you're counting Tilde, Tilde doesn't eat. So that might be 4.
I mean, we might still need 5 because there's Dazzle and Dingus.
As you are sort of thinking this over, you start to think that maybe specifying the number isn't going to matter. She has heard there's a group, and she is currently pulling trays out with baked goods on them and starting to load them into boxes.
Cassiopeia is nodding because this is how it's done.
You are seeing loaves of bread, rolls, baked goods, pastries being loaded into box after box. And if you don't mind waiting a few minutes, I'll have some freshly baked things as well.
Okay. Actually, there's one other thing I'd like to put in a request for.
Oh?
Do you have any apple turnovers?
Apple turnovers? Yeah, yes.
We only need one.
Just one. Oh no! Once you try them, you will want more than one. Yeah.
No, Klopp only needs one.
Oh, you can't just give them to one person. Look, yeah, look. Don't worry. No, not going to charge you much for this. Just going to make sure that everyone gets a nice taste.
Millie.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at us. Is some of the stuff in there some of the stuff that Talia likes?
Oh yes. There are some hazelnut seeded rolls in here. She adores them. It's one of the things she always comes in for.
Thank you.
Carrick makes mental note. She likes hazelnuts.
Carrick will remember this.
Right.
You may have been reaching back for the notebook.
And
For a month.
there is now a pile of boxes that she's currently stringing together, and with quite a bit of twine wrapped around all manner of ways to make sure they don't budge. And you see her sort of shoving the boxes, making sure they stay sturdy. Right. Oh, you look like a strong girl. You think you can pack these?
Cass is going to do a tentative lift and then just haul the boxes up without issue.
Right. Well, okay, marvellous. Right, you may want to steady them on your back. Not that I doubt your strength, but you don't want something coming loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Oh.
And Cass is actually looking around the shop while she's pulling all this together.
Right.
Doing her normal thing of checking out the structure.
Now, I'm going to give you a first timer's discount, okay? You're going to get that so you can get a nice taste of my stuff. It'll just be a couple of gold pieces for the lot. If you don't have it, you can pay me later.
Does this look like it should be far more than that?
You'd say there's about 4 gold pieces worth of baked goods here.
Cass will put down. Cass, she's insisting on a discount. Cass wants to pay full price. Cass is going to meet her halfway and put down about 3 gold.
No, dear. Look, you take that. You go get yourself some nice drinks to go with this. Maybe some meats and cheeses.
We can get Secret on that.
Oh, Sigrid. Sigrid. Hydra and Hound, right? Of course.
Yes, that's
Fentress.
what
You
we're
said you were
saying.
Fentress. I should have put that together. Well,
Cass just smiles.
Well, I'm sure Sigrid would appreciate the gold piece herself. You give that to her. I know she'll see you right.
Well, I know I will be back at some point.
Right,
It
good.
just smells too good in here.
And she takes the 2 gold, and she's actually just going to tuck the 3rd gold piece back into your hand. And if you refuse that, it gets put into the boxes.
This is Gifton's going to get that. This is a weird pastry. It has gold in it.
Oh God! Someone's gonna eat it. I'm gonna swallow the dang thing.
Right. Okay. Now you enjoy these, and I'm sure you will. And you come back whenever you want some more.
Yeah. Okay, Millie.
Okay.
Thank you.
Will be tomorrow and every day after.
And don't be a stranger. There's only a few of us here, so it's always nice to see one.
Yeah. It's been a very long time since I've seen any others.
Well, keep your eyes out. You'll catch us walking the streets. I mean, we have a little get together. There's a couple of families here. They invite some of the others over. Is Hydra and Hound? Are you staying there long?
Yeah. We don't know, and we're going to be leaving town here in a few days.
Well, next time you come back through, you come and see me, and maybe we can get you into the next get together.
Okay. I'd appreciate that, but I think we best get going before Gifton and Talia wonder if I've decided just to steal you, Carrick.
Oh. And you see her looking over Carrick, and a little smirk appears on the side of her
You'd
mouth.
be
and
nice
says,
to that girl.
I imagine she'd fight you pretty hard for him. Cute boy. She says directly to your face, Carrick.
It's not the first time he's heard it, and it definitely will not be the last time he hears it. He knows it.
Right then.
Thank you, Millie.
And
Bye, Millie. Thank you.
get your hooves moving. Make sure you eat those warm ones while they're still warm.
And Cass is going to start down the street at a trot. Yeah.
By the time we get back to the tavern, they're gonna hear
Got
her.
one box left.
And it's going to be the really, really nappy stuff that, even though it's really good, it's just not the stuff anyone wants.
Better leave a hazelnut one there. And
Okay, you head on back.
I fireball you.
RG and Corvus, did you wish to return to the tavern directly from your thing on the boat?
Probably may as well.
Okay, you'll make it back as
Unless RG wants to do something.
She's done most everything she really need to for the day.
Alright.
Okay.
In that case, you will. Hang on, Addie's checking. Sorry, our different schedule means Addie's now like, oh shit, I need to keep an eye on time. Right, we're good.
We're still good for like another hour. I think.
And
Close.
maybe yes, another hour.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah. Which, by the way, as it is a fairly new schedule we're doing, if anyone starts to flag before then, do tell me. Okay. I'd like to keep sessions to 3.5 hours if possible, but
I will say that internet's been blipping for me, and I think Chronos, but
Yeah.
that's just whatever. So if we happen to disappear, that's that. But
okay. Right. Yes. You will return to the tavern a bit before Cass and Carrick do. You'll basically arrive after they've left before they get back. Heading. Are you heading upstairs or are you heading down the bar?
Does Corvus need to do any of his prior works with the Lady Gentle? Or is that all?
Copy your notes.
You do need to copy those notes and return them. You're pretty confident it won't take you quite as much time, but it's still, the sheer physical act of doing it takes time.
Yeah. I got to finish that stuff that Lady Gentle wants, so I'll be upstairs. I may be upstairs a little longer because I'm going to try to make a few potions as well. Is there anything I can do for you upstairs by chance? I was going to try to... I have components for fire resistance, I think. And I was going to try doing that. Would you want one of those, Archie?
And also, time if someone's throwing a fire at me, I just get out of the way.
No.
Might be good for Cass, though.
Probably would be good for Cass. Okay. Well, experiment on it with, yeah. Well, it's be the first one, so hopefully it works.
You just hear randomly on the wind, fire bird.
Okay. Right, so you head on up. You find Care in your room. It seems to be arranging pieces of cloth on a bed, arranging outfits, muttering to himself. And as you walk in, he goes, "Corvus, do these complement each other?"
If you ask me that tomorrow, I'll say I have no bloody idea. But colors seem nice.
Yeah, I thought so.
If that's today, he might not know either.
Right. Okay. Yeah. RG, are you staying down or heading up?
Archie,
Head on up
go
with
upstairs.
or
head up with and just see if her room is in use. I think I shared with Cass, I don't remember.
You share with Cass, so your room is free. Yep, your room is free. You do hear voices coming from Karen Gifton's room. One of them actually a strange voice, but seems
RG will
talking to somebody.
Stop and knock at you. It's like, everything okay in there?
We're not decent in here.
You're never decent. What's the point?
What?
Making a dress. Oh,
And
one
you're not
second.
decent
I'm going to
making a
open the door a little bit. RG, come in here.
Okay. Archie will go in.
You're in. All right.
Yeah, there is a half dragon girl standing in her underclothes, which is so scandalous.
A lot of fabric draped over her in her different places.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Cycle
RG,
cover.
tell you, RG. I'm making her dress for tomorrow.
She gives you a very awkward little hand wave, as if somebody that doesn't want to move their arms because there are pins.
This is RG. Am I supposed to say your last name?
You may as well say Thal.
It's Thal. RG Thal. And
Houseful?
I mean, they don't like calling me that, but yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Talia.
Good to meet you.
she's gonna keep Carrick out of trouble tomorrow. It's gonna be great.
That'll be good. I meant to ask you about that, by the way, because out of character, did RG and Gifton over the course of the week there on the thing actually have the discussion on why RG asking Raziel to death, and it's upset.
I honestly didn't figure they had that talk.
Too much depression.
It was too much depression. It was a sad week of not knowing what the hell was going on, and she just really didn't want to keep blaming each other and fighting. She will smile at you though and go, oh, and by the way, I did warn him, so he is probably gonna dodge you tomorrow.
I mean, he can try.
Oh, let him be.
I mean, you'd think he'd be okay with it, given he got to dance with you after that.
Wait, you're not the one that threw the fork.
Yeah, but it's not because he wanted to. It's because you made him, and that's not nice.
I mean,
And
he could have said no on that part. I probably think that the dance with you is probably the better part of it. I'm shit at this.
sorry, Talia, we're just talking about weird things.
Was talking about another party?
Yeah, different thing. Do you want the sleeves this long?
I think it looks nice, but I don't know what.
All right.
I don't know what's appropriate
All right.
for.
You look more than appropriate. Do you have enough movement with your wings, or is this too constricting? I'm trying to make sure I give you ample room back there.
I can't quite get the lift on them.
All right. Well, let me adjust. We'll make some adjustments here. Okay.
As for your sleeves, it's more of a, would you like to show off what you have, or would you like to cover it?
I think I'd like to cover it.
Then sleeves it is.
Oh, sleeves it is. But let me fix the bit for the wings so that way you can have your mobility still. And then I'll make the adjustments.
Thank you.
And I'll just kind of give RG a nod as she keeps working.
Yeah, and Corvus, as you're sort of giving Care a little hand in the way of two clueless people trying to figure this out, you you wanted to work on a potion, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do that before or after your writing?
After.
You're going to do it after your writing. Okay.
Make sure to put your writing away so you don't accidentally spill and
Light
ruin
it on
it.
fire.
Sorry, I can't use mine in Gifton's room right now. There's
No, it's fine. I'm just copying notes down. Do what you need to do.
okay.
I just transposing, so it's little effort.
And the two of you sort of, well, I'm going to say for Care, air quote, work in there in relative peace. And
Carapaces.
about this time, Cass and Carrick are going to show back up at the tavern.
No, don't drop that. No. You're tipping them.
Doorways are a little troublesome. If the package leans a bit, you do risk the catching on the door frame as you come through.
Cass is going to be careful.
Just levitate you.
And as you come in, Sigrid sniffs at the air a bit, looks over and goes, "Am I not feeding you enough?"
More. Smells so good. Also, I have a weakness for baked goods.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get some more bread in then, knowing that. If you want more portions, dear, you can ask.
Well, speaking of that, it has been recommended that we get a meat and cheese platter to go with this. So I would like to order one of your better platters, please.
Okay,
And drinks.
that's for yourself or the lot of you?
For the lot.
All right, do you want it brought up, or you're gonna come down here and eat?
Can we get it brought up? And Cass is going to wander by. Oh, by the way, would you like one of these? Some of them are still warm.
Oh no, dear, I'm trying to watch my weight.
Okay.
But thank you. I'll get. What drinks? Just some light ales.
Light ales. Yeah, light ales.
Okay. I'll bring a few bottles and glasses up.
Okay, and Cass is going to put down 2 gold. Use that as a tab for it.
Okay. Right. I'll. How about we say we just get a tab going for you lot in general?
Thank you.
Okay.
Right, and she'll take the gold and you see her disappear into the back kitchen. Oh, Yalgrim is actually looking at the boxes with some desire in his eyes, but has not spoken up because wife may have told him to watch his weight as well.
Cass is going to move by, grab one of the boxes, kind of sneakily open it. None of the hazelnut. Those are off limits.
He nods and he grabs a roll out of it and he quickly bobs his head at you and goes, I'm gonna go check on the stables, dear.
And she's actually going to hand one of the turnovers to him. Give that to Klopp.
Will do. You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure Clap's already ready to.
Okay.
You might want to give him 2 turnovers so he can have one for himself.
He starts to head off, sort of mumbling. You didn't know you could feed the horses pastry.
No, you can feed that horse pastry.
And as he sort of leaves after calling out to Sigrid, you see her pop her head back out, squinting a little bit, glancing over at you.
Motion it.
And Cass is going
Point
to
at Cass.
Cass is going to happily trot up the stairs like nothing happened, kind of whistling innocently.
She sighs and moves back into the kitchen.
That was a good boy.
Yeah, when you get up, Karen Gifton's room is shut. You can see the doorway to the boys' room is open up. Kare's mumbling, muttering to himself. Corva seems to be writing away.
I think I should go find out what he. Oh God, he had the clothes, didn't he? I'm gonna go help Care.
Oh, thank God! Somebody that might actually know a thing or two. Okay. Yeah. So you go into Care. What are you doing, Cass?
Cass is unloading the boxes upstairs in her and Archie's room.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to grab the box with the hazelnut stuff and try into the other room and just...
There's a knock at the door, Gifton, and Archie.
All right.
You want me to get that?
I think you got your clothes back on?
Yeah. Hang on. The button around the wings is always hard.
No, I'll get it.
Thank you.
Wings are always in the way, aren't they?
Yes.
You're... Wait.
Gifton gives an irritated flap and then goes, okay, Archie, get the door.
I guess the curiosity right there is, are they close to the wall on my side?
Yeah, you probably heard that.
Yeah.
Your
So
perception.
I'm
Yeah, that's right.
feeling that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so
I will dodge the way they flaps it and then
irritated flap.
I even rolled the save.
Archie opens up
Yep.
the door, and there's Cass.
Cass is going to come trotting in.
This is a very small room. Why are there more people?
Because I bring taste.
I can go downstairs and get tables.
That's only like 2.5.
Yeah, that's really mean towards
Like
Gift.
2.5 words of space.
Oh.
And Cass is going to open the box.
Okay, yeah, it smells pretty good. Baked goods always smell very nice.
Oh, that's
And
really good.
And she's going to offer the first one to Talia.
Oh, hazelnut.
You went to Millie's? Thank you. She'll take one of those and she sort of... She clutches it in that way of somebody isn't sure, eating in polite company kind of...
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna put up the dress and I'll finish this before I go to bed. But we'll make sure it fits you right in the morning. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, go on, everybody out of my room.
Yes, and she
Also,
quickly...
we have meat and cheeses coming up as well. So
Oh, good. You can get a nice meal with all of us before you and Carrot go off.
I should be getting back to the temple. I've kind of taken a lot of time. I shouldn't already.
Oh, all right. Well,
We'll
go
send
ahead.
some with you.
We'll send some with them.
Where's Carrick?
I'm gonna knock on the door next door or the wall. Carrick, are you in there?
Yes, I'm helping your husband.
Oh my.
There's no helping him.
Carrick, he's actually done quite a decent job with color matching, but style, no. Those cuts do not go together.
Can start explaining and out of character the player has.
Yeah.
Pick the right
do
that.
ones.
He's gonna be like,
Yeah, just pick them for him.
Just
Help
pick
him.
them for him.
Help him.
Help him.
there. You did good on the colors, but the styles were.
Yeah,
A
you
little
see
off.
it sort of run his fingers through his hair in a sort of vaguely stressed way. He goes, "Oh, thank you, Carrick."
You're welcome.
I find
Yeah.
the previous colors was fine.
Go see your lady out.
Yeah,
Cassie, this is so much food.
Cass. Yeah. Millie gave us a lot.
she does that. She does that.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Talia. I can't wait to see you at the party tomorrow. You're gonna look gorgeous
It's
in this
lovely
dress.
meeting you all as well. I look forward to it. What time do you want me to shop for the bathhouse?
What time did you go to the bathhouse? Usually, Cassiopeia. I think we have to be at the palace by noon, so
Yeah,
probably 9 a.m.
We want to be there at about 8.
Okay, so yeah, you know the bathhouse near here. Cassie and RG are probably gonna. Me and the husband don't need to go into a large bathhouse.
Okay, I'll meet you outside there then.
Right. And well, see you soon. And I'll wave.
And she looks at you, Carrick, as if so do you want to walk home with me?
Absolutely.
Oh, you should.
Oh, I'm supposed to be seat with Telde, and I'm gonna go race out the door.
I was about to get to. Yeah, it'll be funny. As you actually head out the door, you see him coming down the street.
Oh no!
I was
There's a
really
panic
hoping for the classic run right into him as she goes out the door.
Hey, Tilde, high or low?
Hi.
Aw, no, almost. Almost.
So close to being high. Yes.
Something inside you, Tilde, something that seems to know how narratively things should go for some reason, tells you there was a missed opportunity there.
Oh no!
Oh no, my fourth wall senses.
No, your stagehand senses.
Oh, you gotta be careful where you talk about those ones.
Yeah.
Where you put them.
Hey, he's a bard. Him knowing about the narrative figure makes
Gifton,
sense.
things are off track. Oh no.
Gifton is pale. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
And
Don't worry, just add a B to the start, everything will be fine.
as you're standing there pale watching him come down the street, Carrick and Talia move past you, and you can see her like trying to push one of these hazelnut rolls into his mouth. Right, it's
Out
really
of
nice.
character. Out of character. What time is it?
It's getting to be about I'll say
It's probably
about
pretty
like
close to the time you
nighttime.
would have went out to go out and do the Star Watch, but not quite. So that way you
yeah.
can go to the temple. Do whatever
You've got a
shifts to
couple
go.
of hours until then.
Okay. That's what I was checking to see if I need to track her.
It's
there.
starting
So,
to approach evening.
Okay, I'll try. Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, it gets shoved into your mouth.
Telde,
Hello.
why aren't you at the keep?
It no longer seemed necessary.
Gifton's wings are just gonna quiver for a bit.
Did I do something wrong?
No, maybe I did. He just.
Maybe if you go back to the keep, Gifton, it'll be fine.
Yeah, Gifton.
That's how it went.
Give him a slight arm pat, and then kind of just start walking very, very dejectedly towards the keep.
Is there a reason that you are going to the keep?
I'm supposed to go to the keep now.
Why?
It's complicated.
Perhaps if you attempt to explain, it will not turn out to be as complicated as believed.
I don't even know how to explain it at this point. I think I'm supposed to be there though, because I was there.
For what reason?
Because you were there.
Yes, I was there, and then I had left after my meeting with General Rizal.
You met with General Rizal?
Affirmative.
Gift is just gonna stand there for a bit. Like the wheels have stopped in her
Someone
brain.
was sent off course and had no idea of the pacing of it outside of your group.
Two people actually, because Rizal didn't know either.
No, that's what I'm
It
referring
seems
to.
that your suggested idea is being considered and will likely move forward, though not with the entirety of the population.
Oh, well, that's probably still good, right? Was it a good talk? Did you have a nice time? You don't feel murdery, right?
I do not know that emotion.
Okay, good.
Cannot say it was a nice talk, but it certainly included information that was useful.
Okay. I guess just go in then. I
Are you all right?
no.
Should I call for your husband? Are you feeling unwell? Do you perhaps need examination by a doctor? Perhaps someone knowledgeable in pregnancy? Have you been reading the book I got you? Are you still carrying the gem?
I'm going to fly away now. I don't know where I'm going. But I'm flying away now. I don't want to be here.
Gifton goes up.
Going to go inside and knock on Gifton's room's door because as far as I know, that's where Care should be.
You knock. A few moments go by without any reply.
Care, are you there?
In here, Telday. That's the wrong room, Telday.
Pause
Right.
for a moment. Shrug. Knock on that door.
You can come in, Telday.
Oh, thank you. Literally walk just inside the room.
And you see him there sort of folding up some clothes. He seems to have a couple of outfits set aside in a very, very carefully folded pile. Looks like it might have taken him quite some time based on how slowly he's folding these clothes as well. What's up, Telday?
Oh, I fear I may have upset your wife, and I do not understand how.
He actually gives you quite a severe look. Almost unwarranted, as if some past events of upset have happened and he's worried about those, but that can't be right. What do you mean?
I am afraid that she may, in fact, be experiencing pregnancy issues. Perhaps a doctor would be best to examine her.
Pardon?
I am told that the female of the species often becomes unreasonable and psychotic when they become pregnant.
If Gifton wishes to pursue that,
She has flown away at this moment, so that is unlikely.
She's
she
what?
is
Oh,
welcome to do whatever she wants
that's
to
all.
do.
That's all. Come on, darling. Dingus, help me look as well. And there's a couple of meeps, and you see Care just take his ring off. And
I
he
apologize.
whatever. And he hops onto Dazzle, and you see him and the pseudo dragons leave.
Are you versed in pregnancy among brownies?
Not brownies in particular, but they are.
I shall have to go speak to an expert then. Thank you.
Oh my god.
I'm going to head off for that tailor place.
Out to the open door, by the way, as you're turning to leave, you see a blink dog puppy now losing its pseudo dragon companions it was playing with, trying to bound towards the door that is opened.
No, everything's totally out of control.
I will pick up the puppy.
It barks at you, wags its tail.
Telde, why don't you just entertain the puppy and let Care handle Gifton?
You feel feelers at your leg. You hear the little from the rust monster.
Telde? Did the rust monster short circuit Telde?
I think it's eating their connection.
Yeah.
Oh no, their connection.
Uh-oh. Well, we actually will in fact wrap up there. Yeah, it's decent.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that was the
internet
Netflix
blipping.
hit, right? Yeah.
Aww.
We're back now.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah,
Okay,
you've
so-
picked up the blink dog puppy, which is sort of yapping at you, wagging its tail. You feel the rust monster's feelers at your leg.
My immediate response to the puppy barking is, I am sorry, but I do not speak your language.
Telde,
Yep.
Telde, why don't you entertain this as a puppy and let Care deal with Gifton? It is more of a personal matters.
Yes, pregnancy is a very personal matter.
Yeah, meaning that don't go trying to dictate it. If she wants to talk to somebody, she is more than welcome to do it herself. You don't need to be prying or trying to do some things for them that is more private than public.
Gifton is meanwhile doing a very internalized scream.
And a barrel roll. Come on, do a
It's a
barrel
good
roll.
thing no one can hear that.
Ah, shit, did I do it out loud instead of quiet like I meant to?
But particularly when it involves that subject, unless you are either as a husband or as the wife or the chosen medical professional, just let it go its natural course. Don't try to intervene in any way. It just makes things more complicated.
I see.
Make a sticky wicket.
So play with the puppy.
I must
Is
retrieve
this
my
the-
crystal then.
Is the rub affecting you, or is that just tick?
The tingles a bit.
Does it have a sensation?
Does it make you taste something?
Does it
They
hurt?
may have gone again.
No, it is not an issue.
Okay.
Well, just entertain the animals and shut the door so they don't escape.
That doesn't stop one of them.
Well, if it's
I-
entertained, then it won't.
Alright. Sigrid will actually arrive at this moment carrying a large platter of meat and cheeses. And, Cassie, dear, where do you want these?
In my room, please.
right.
We'll just keep the door open.
She has quite the appetite.
No, they
Well,
do.
it was for everyone, but everyone seems to have gone separate ways suddenly.
I'm still here.
Archie eats.
Yeah. I'm just in there like, I'm still here. I'm out for food.
She looks down at the platters and looks at you, Cass, and goes, well, no refunds on this, dear. I've already carved it up.
No. Nope, it's fine. It's all good.
I'm pretty sure she'll eat all of it.
Oh, you're gonna-
It looks
yeah.
very competently done.
Thank you, Telday. That's very nice of you to say.
Precise.
Right, she sets that down. Okay, well, enjoy.
Thank you.
going to lift some food and give it to the puppy.
The puppy will eagerly eat the food from your hand. Actually, tugs on a bit of meat a bit as if trying to play with it.
Nice.
And Carrick,
Yes.
you walk Telia home. She sort of passes you a little bit, like, I told you it was good, right? Really good.
Yeah, it was very
It's one
good.
of the nicest things you've had. I did not enough places do hazelnuts. We used to have them a lot when I was growing up, and it just makes me think of everything nice and good. And I don't know where she gets them. There's no trees or anything around here. They come from trees, right?
Out of let's do. Let's see how bad this roll is.
You think so?
I think they do. Did we get them down in Tarnstead much?
I don't know if hazelnuts are a thing that is five-fold in the cold climate. I have no idea.
They do.
They do? Then yeah, you would have had them on occasion down there.
Yeah, because you say actually Italy has them. So, we used to get them sometimes down in Tarnstead.
Then you know how good they are. Hang on. And she actually reaches up and she wipes a bit crumb from the side of your cheek. So, I guess I'll see you tomorrow, Lynn.
You still want to go up and?
Oh yeah, that's right. And that look of guilt returns to her face. I'd forgotten.
It's okay. I'm gonna.
I've been so stressed. It was nice to focus on something else for a bit.
I know that feeling.
Well, do you want to stay with me until we go?
I think that would be a wonderful idea.
Okay, yeah. I'll make us some tea, yeah? And
Sure.
she actually opens up her house and watches you inside, seemingly forgetting about the duties she was talking about with the temple.
You take care of that power.
And you will have a nice, very sort of casual tea and chatter with her. Gifton. Eventually, you hear both a distant meeping and then flashes in your head. Stop sign, stop sign.
Stop sign. Okay. I will stop and just flap there for a bit.
And you see the small forms of Dingus and Dazzle approaching you, care on the back of Dazzle. And Gifton, what are you doing up here?
I don't know.
It's okay. If we're having a child, I'd be really pleased. You know, you don't have to. Why did you tell Tilde first? What?
She actually like misses a flap and starts to drop.
Oh, well, okay, all right, yeah, okay. Let's go down. Okay, let's go down.
Go land.
Yeah, you land on the street. You have no idea where this is, really.
Who the heck are we?
And he dismounts Dazzle and just sort of marches up to you, staring up.
I'll crash down and pick him up.
And as you pick him up, he goes, you should have told me.
I don't think I am. It's
What?
I went out because I was supposed to go meet Tilde at the keep, because that's when we go and we talk to everybody and we get the things going about the important stuff, the tasks, the people to talk, and they go and talk to the king. Remember, because they brought it up in the Tilde came back. before I got there.
Honey, calm down.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, but something else did. What did he do instead?
He had a meeting with the General Rizal.
What about?
I'm not entirely certain. I was in a panic.
Okay, well, look. Why did we do this? We did this to make sure that the disaster wouldn't happen, right?
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Everything else we can work with. Things will be different now, and that's good, and that's okay. You don't have to panic about it.
I just don't want to mess everything up.
We're already doing good. We've already averted the bad thing, and who says that we can't make the other things better by doing them different as well?
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right.
That's
what
right.
else?
You've always gotta listen to me. I'm super smart, strong man of the house, and he flexes a bit.
I'm going to give him a very uncomfortable hug at that scale.
Okay, not that strong.
Oh, why did I marry the best man in the world? Okay.
Oh, you're very lucky. So
I am. All right, did you get the outfits figured out?
I did all by myself. I've got a really good eye for that stuff.
Oh, well, you're better than me. I would have had to ask Carrick.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's
I'm so
volunteered
glad
to do
I
it in the
didn't have to
future.
ask Carrick. Yeah. Oh god, I'm so glad he arrived. Don't make me do that again. I've got no idea. You're really smart. You are.
Oh, I probably just would have picked the first things and been
What?
fine with it. They don't really have any expectations of us at this party. What?
You told you. I'd spent ages.
It distracted you from the fact I was working with a naked dragon girl in the next room.
Oh.
All right, well, we should probably get back and have a nice night of it.
Yeah, and really, you need to stop worrying so much, dear. It's.
Do you think there's any problem with the fact that we didn't go see Captain Denoran today? I think it's fine, right?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure he's busy.
he didn't seem busy last time.
Yeah, he didn't. Well, maybe we'll see him after the party.
Yeah, we'll pay him another visit. Yeah,
I don't think I can do anything else today.
Yeah, trying to keep focused on this, it's really tiring.
Yeah, I think we don't have to anymore, maybe, right?
I think so. I think, why don't we just, tomorrow we just enjoy ourselves. Things happen as they happen, right?
I have the best idea.
Oh, what's that?
Okay. So we go to the table, we load up on the shrimp and bacon because that was the only thing worthwhile. Other than those little cakes,
Little cakes were good.
Yeah, those little cakes were good. We load up on those, and then we ditch.
You want to ditch?
Yeah. Oh, come on. We already know what the speech is going to be.
Alright, I'd be down for that. Although, I think, before that, I owe you a proper dance.
I can get that anytime. But if you want to dance there, sure.
No, I'm going to show off my beautiful wife.
I'm lost.
Yeah, do you think maybe you want to take that ring off and we just... He points up.
Okay, well, watch out. We're going to drop.
Okay, put me down first. Put me down first. That's all.
Set him down. You're no fun. All right, and then I'll take my ring off and I'll get on Dingus.
Dingus meeps excitedly. Seems very pleased that you're actually riding him.
Yep.
And you go up and navigate yourself way back up.
Yep. And we'll head back.
And most of you can spend a decent evening. There is a lovely platter of bread and meats and cheeses, and there are some ales, and she even brought up a bottle of wine.
And we'll make sure we arrange for Sigurd to watch the pets tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Corvus?
Yep.
We'll handle you wanted to make a fire resistance potion?
Actually, no, that takes 5 days to do. So.
Yes, okay. Yeah, you do not have that time.
Yep.
He will make...
Oh god, that's right. I have to do something still
He'll make a vial of acid.
Okay. You make a vial of acid. Go ahead.
Like the burny kind or the druggy kind?
The Bernie kind.
I'm gonna move the pets out of that room.
Yeah,
When the chemicals come out,
this
you
is
move
quite
them out.
this is quite
And
obnoxious
also-
older working with these things as well. So
And also try to pick up the nicely folded things that
okay,
Kara
It
nicely
kind of-
folded and
It
take them
kind
out.
of is a cue in when Corvus puts on his mask.
I
And
assume Corvus tries to wear his mask at all times. So
Yeah.
he is going to
Okay.
eventually, but it takes away noxious fumes, which when you make acid, creates noxious fumes.
Right. Okay, you start on that.
I have to roll.
Yep.
So a vial of acid is alchemical, and because I am proficient, I have advantage on the check.
Good luck.
Boop.
Good.
DC 10.
Okay, yeah, you can make a vial of acid.
Yeah.
Right. Rest of you, you're able to spend the evening a little more relaxed time. Decent food, decent drink. Carrick, you go back up onto the hill with Talia. You have much the same discussion before, although she seems a little happy this time. Still a bit forlorn, but she actually leans into you, and before you head back down, she leans in and gives you a kiss on the cheek.
We've made this the better timeline.
And that is where we're going to end the session for the day.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. XP, all of you take 3,000 XP. Which I think you did? No?
Possibly. I don't know.
I'm losing track.
I don't think we dinged.
Okay,
We should-
good.
Did we ding? Let me look.
3,000?
it's only 115,500.
Okay, right. Well, you get 3,000
I don't know.
XP.
That's
And
strange, I believe it is.
we will resume this next Wednesday.
Huzzah.